Right, I think we are live. Good evening, everybody. Thank you very much for joining me, and welcome to a two-player tutorial and playthrough of Mage Knight. As always, thank you for joining me, and please let me know in the chat if you can hear me and see me okay. We're running a poll at the moment. When I created this video on YouTube, it came up and it said, do you want to create a poll? So I did. We're voting on who is your favourite character. We're going to leave the poll running for a little bit, but Arathea is currently everybody's favourite character. Cool. And that's the character I'm playing tonight. So, Andy's joining me again. Andy was here last week.
Hello.
We were going to do this last week, but the playmats didn't arrive. So, let's talk about the playmats. Power Plant Games are running a Kickstarter right now for some warrior playmats, which are suitable for Mage Knight, and they have asked me to create this video. So, full disclosure, I'm not being paid to make this video. Power Plant Games are a patron supporter of mine. So I agreed that I would create a video to show off those. If you look in the YouTube description, and I'm actually going to put it in the chat right now as well, this is a link to the Kickstarter. But before you back it, if you are interested, I am actually running a giveaway contest. So if you are a patron supporter of mine, you should have received an email a couple of days ago with a link to a contest. If you are a patron supporter of mine and you're watching this and you didn't get the email, please let me know and I can basically send you the link. But yes, I am running a giveaway at the moment. Two of my patrons are going to win some of these playmats. Right. The other thing to mention about the playmats is these aren't the finished versions. These are pre-production. Things have already changed since then. So if there's a particular part of these playmats that you think, oh, that's not very good, they've probably changed it already. I have seen some of the updated artwork, and it's already changed from what you see here. Monica's saying you didn't get it. Right. So the best thing to do, Monica, is actually go to patreon.com/gaming rules, have a look on the Patreon page, have a look at the posts, and you will see a post from yesterday that you have access to as a supporter. But if you didn't get that email, you might not be getting any other email. So turn on your email notifications. Right. Now, Mage Knight is one of the first games that came out with 2 rulebooks. Took a lot of heavy criticism for it at the time, but I personally think this is the brilliant way to teach the game. It has a game walkthrough and it has a rulebook. What we're going to be doing tonight, because Andy hasn't played before, we are going to literally be going through the walkthrough. So if you are a Mage Knight experienced veteran, you might find this a little bit boring, but if you are brand new to Mage Knight or you need a refresher, then hopefully this will be perfect, because yeah, Andy knows nothing about the game at all, and I am going to be teaching him using the tutorial method that's on here. Right, okay. Mage Knight is a fantasy-based game. It can be played solo, cooperative, competitive. There's various modes to play. There's various scenarios that you can play. We're going to be playing the first reconnaissance scenario, which is the tutorial scenario. We're going to be playing competitive, but we're not going to be playing with PvP, right? There is a PvP add-on module. I have never played it. 10 years I've been playing this game and I've never played PvP and I never will. The game doesn't need it. So when I say competitive, at the end of the game we add up the scores.
Okay.
And it's whoever's got the highest score wins. Score is fame. Fame is measured on this track over here. You can see that we are on 0 fame. And whenever we hit one of these spaces with an icon, we will level up. At the top is the reputation track, which is how much the people of this location either like us or dislike us. If we do good things, our reputation will go up. If we do bad things, our reputation will go down. There's bonuses for doing either way. Well, no, there's no real bonuses for going negative, but some of the things that you do that will help you will cause you to go negative. Okay. So it's a trade-off. So yeah, so that's the objective of the game. You're going to be scoring fame during the game, mainly by killing monsters, but you will score fame at the end of the game based on this. Right, it's not going to make any sense to you at the moment, but I'll leave this with you.
Yeah,
this is scoring at the end of the game. So take that for now, and we'll come back to it later on. So, without going too much into the history, the Mage Knights are an unusual, misunderstood character. Nobody knows whether they're good, evil. Nobody knows where they came from or whatever. But we work for the Council of the Void. The Council of the Void has sent us to this place and have told us to find the city. The aim of the scenario is that we need to find the city, and once we found the city, we've won the scenario, but it's whoever's got the most fame who actually wins, right?
Okay.
We're not going to fail the scenario, I can tell you that. It is an easy tutorial scenario. We just need to find the city. Now, to set up this scenario, you stack these tiles in numeric order. You don't normally do that for any other game, but because it's a walkthrough, they have been stacked in numeric order. There are 8 countryside tiles, because it's a 2-player game. In a 3-player game, there'd be 9, 4-player game, I think there'd be 11. And at the bottom are 3 core tiles. Now, you can see they are a different colour. One of those is the city. I don't know which one it is. It's been shuffled in. So the city is somewhere in there. We have to find it. We find it by exploring on this map here. We start off here. This is the portal. We are going to be travelling across the land, and we are going to be exploring. Now, First Reconnaissance uses what's called a wedge-shaped map. That means that it's going to expand like that. You can't go exploring here.
Okay.
So we will be exploring, we'll be revealing these, and as these get revealed, we tick down through the stack, and then eventually we'll find the city. Okay. So that's the objective of the scenario. But as I say, it's whoever's got the most fame at the end that wins. So the game plays in a series of rounds. Each round represents half a day. So we're going to start off on day 1, and then at the end of day 1 we go to night 1, and then we go to day 2. We're probably going to play this scenario. It's probably going to be over at the end of the first night. So it's probably going to be 2 rounds. We might dip into the 3rd round if we're a bit slow. Okay. You have a deck of cards. This is your deed deck. And let's just have a look at your deck. It is 16 cards, and they have all got your...
Can I do that as well?
Yep, you've all got your icon in the top right-hand corner. So this is your icon. This is Norowas's icon. Your 16 starting cards all have that icon in the top left corner, top right corner. Now, to give you an idea, 14 of those cards are the same as 14 of my cards.
Okay.
But 2 of yours are special. So Rejuvenate is one of your special cards, and Noble Manners is another one.
Okay.
When the game first came out, each character only had 1 special card. But we're playing with the Ultimate Edition today. Just a note, I am playing with the Ultimate Edition, but I have taken out everything other than the base game. So we're just playing with the base game stuff. So this is your deed deck. That gets shuffled and placed, because you've got a nice playmat, where it says deed deck.
Gotcha.
I don't have a nice playmat. I'm just going to put mine there. Okay. There is a deck building element to this game, but you do not just reshuffle your deck when you don't reshuffle your discards when your deck is empty, right? When your deck is empty, that means you are pretty much done for that round. So in the first day, you will go through your deck. Then you will shuffle your deck, put it back together again. Then we'll play night. You will go through your deck in the night phase. Okay. The timing in this game and the player interaction is mild, but if I'm burning through my deck really quickly and you're burning through your deck really slowly, the day might come to an end and you've only seen half of your cards. So you need to keep an eye on the other player as to how quickly they're going through their deck. If they're going through it slow, you can go through yours slow. Or if you decide to go through yours quick, that's going to force the other player to have to go through theirs quick. But basically, you're going to go through your deck twice in this game. And that's it. So that's why some people don't think it's a deck builder, because you're only going to be going through your deck twice. That's how that works. Let's have a look at the rest of your stuff, and we'll zoom in on Andy's player board here. So you have your character here, and we're going to ignore those. The most commonly asked question for the last 10 years has been, what are these coloured gems on the bottom of my character card? They're for the solo game, right? So we can ignore those. Here, we stack your command tokens or level tokens. You put that one first, because it says 9 to 10. And on top of that, 7 to 8. On top of that, 5 to 6. On top of that, 3 to 4. And on the top goes the 1 to 2, because you are currently level 1.
Okay.
So that means while you're level 1, you have 2 points of armour and your hand size is 5.
Okay.
When you advance to level 2,
Same.
you're still the same.
Yeah.
But when you advance to level 3, you take that off and your armour has gone up. So that's how that works.
Yeah.
Now, here is a command token. The command token each command token allows you to command 1 unit. So when you're level 1 or 2, you can command 1 unit. But look what happens when you make level 3, that goes there. So as your level goes up, not only do your stats go up, but you can also command more units. We'll come on to units later on as well. You have skills. Each character has a unique set of skills. These get shuffled and placed face down in a pile. What they all do is on here, but you don't need to read that yet. because you will only get them when you level up, and at that point you can then read what they do. Right, let's shuffle my skills as well. And that is the setup done. Sort of. There is a thing called the spell offer. When you're playing the game properly, you will shuffle the spells and you will put 3 cards out there at the start of the game. This is the advanced action offer. You will do exactly the same there. You'll shuffle the cards, you'll put 3 out. The walkthrough suggests you don't do that because I know what you're like. You'll get distracted. You'll be looking at the pretty pictures and you won't be listening to me. So for the walkthrough only, you only create them at the point you need them. Okay? But normally you would put those cards out. However, the unit offer, which is over there, we have 4 units in the offer. So there are 2 types of units in the game. Let's just zoom in on that part. There are regular units and there are elite units. Now, we're not going to be using the elite units in this game. They've got gold backs. You see all of those cards up there have got a silver back. And what I've done is I've drawn 4 at random from the deck because we're playing a 2-player game. So it's number of players plus 2. But for the walkthrough only, there had to be at least 1 with that icon on it. If there wasn't, I would have reshuffled them and drawn 4 new ones. But that's only for the walkthrough. There's a lot of rules that are special for the walkthrough, which some people forget are only for the walkthrough, and they carry on playing that throughout. But that is the unit offer. We'll explain them a bit more later on. And then we also, here, we have what's called the source. So this is the source, and in the 2-player game, we have 4 dice in the source. I'm going to roll these, and we have rolled a gold, a black, a red, and a green. Now, there are 4 main colours of mana: red, green, blue, and white. Gold and black are special. During the daytime, black is depleted. We can't use it. But gold is wild in the daytime. Okay, at night, things change. Now, a rule that applies now and every time you play the game is at least half of the dice, I'm just getting rid of cat hairs, at least half of the dice must be basic, which it is. If it wasn't, we'd re-roll them. Okay, so that's the source.
Basic.
Basic being red, green, blue, or white.
And what do we use them for?
We'll use them in a minute.
Okay.
Right. Drawing cards. I think it is time.
Did you say that was called?
That's the source.
And is it what?
Mana.
Mana, yeah,
Mana.
that's what I thought.
These are mana dice, and they're in the source. Right, so you've shuffled your deck. You draw 5.
Excellent.
Now, normally, you would keep your cards secret.
Yeah.
Because I'm teaching you how to play,
yeah. Let's lay them out.
Just pop your cards, lay your cards out, and then we can look at what you've got. Right. So we start the game day 1, and we choose a tactics card. First of all, we need to decide who's going first. Okay, so you're going first. What that means is you actually get first choice of tactics card. So at the start of the round, we lay out these 6 tactic cards. In fact, what I'm going to do, let's put that view on, and I'm going to put these here like this. Okay, now there's a lot of text on here, right? You're going first. You get your first choice of which tactic you want. Then I get a choice. The number on the tactic is your... whoever plays the lowest number will actually take the first turn. So if you really want to go first, you need to take the 1. Okay? But you'll notice the 1 has no special ability. The 6 has got the best ability, but you will go last. Now, it's your first game. It's a tutorial scenario. This decision is like, whoa, what? But once you've played the game, you will be looking at the board and you will be going, oh, wait a minute. There's a really good space there and I need to get to there first. If there was a really amazing move in the game, you would want to be going early. For your first game, I would probably recommend taking something like either probably one of those. I mean, yes, that'll mean you go first, but it's probably better if I go first. So I show you what's happening. That's really powerful, but probably in the right position. First choice of tactics goes to the second player to choose their character. Ah, yes, Brian. So there we go. We've kind of done the characters aside from that. So which one do you want? I'd probably go for maybe one of those three.
Yeah, I guess it's quite hard to understand what they mean, to be honest. So, I mean, I'm kind of looking at this one and thinking it looks kind of okay, so I'll take it and we'll see how it works.
Planning. So that goes here. You've got a space for your tactic card. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take... and there is something else we should have done before this. But I'm going to take... see, I'm looking at that, and I'm looking at that, and I'm looking at that, and I'm going to take Mana Steal. Okay, so Mana Steal is going to be my chosen tactic for the turn, for the round. Mana Steal. When you take this tactic, take one mana die of a basic colour from the source and put it on this card. You can use that mana on any of your turns, but I've stolen it. Okay, so I'm stealing the red mana from the source. It's mine. You can't use it. Okay, so there is one more thing we should have done before shooting tactics cards, which I forgot, so apologies for that. But if we look at the map, we have a few things on the map, and this symbol here, the sword, indicates that this is an Orc marauding unit. And anytime you see that symbol, when you reveal a map tile, you take, these have been shuffled, but I'll shuffle them again, you take one of these and you put it face up on the space. You always put it face up on the space. Okay? That's the only enemy that we've got at the start of the game. And they're both the same. That's interesting. There's only two of them in the deck, and we've drawn both of them. And the reason why you should do that first is because that would influence what tactics card you've got if you took a tactics card that would allow you to change the cards in your hand, for example. Okay, right. So what happens now is we change this turn order like that, because I've got the lower initiative card, and I now take the first turn. So here's what you do on a turn. You play as many cards as you want. Any cards you don't play, you may keep in your hand. You generally move and then do an action. Both are optional. You could stay where you are and do an action. You could move and not do an action. You could... Well, what you can't do is you can't move, do an action, and then move again, right? So it's movement, then an action. You'll notice all of the cards, let's just zoom in on my area, all of the cards have a top and a bottom. Whenever you play a card, you get the top effect. To get the bottom effect, you have to fuel it with mana.
Right.
Okay? Which is where the mana from the mana source comes in handy.
Okay.
But you can only ever use one die per turn from the source.
Okay.
Now, there is a way that you can get mana tokens and crystals and everything else, and I've got this. So I can use that, and it's not in the source. So one turn, I can use a red and something else. So if we look at what's in the source at the moment, there is a gold, which is a wild card, and a green. Can't use the black because it's depleted. So if we look at what I've got, I can't use the green because I don't have any green cards.
Yeah.
But I could use the gold as whatever I wanted.
Okay.
So I could power up one of these cards and do the bottom effect.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, some of these cards are very, very simple to explain. The ones that say move give you movement points. Movement points are spent to move across the map. We start off on the portal, and the cost to move is shown on this chart here, and I will also give you that card there. Now, the cost to move is 2 for one of these basic plains hexes, but then it increases depending on the terrain that you're moving through. Now, have a look on that little chart. You'll notice forest says 3/5. 5 is at night.
Okay.
Thematically, if you've ever tried moving through a forest at night, it's harder. Also, desert is the opposite. Desert is 3 at night and 5 during the day because it's hotter. But basically, you spend movement points to move from one hex to another. You can move through another player, but you can't end your movement on another player. Exploring costs movement points as well. Costs 2 movement points to explore, but exploring is not an action. So you actually do the exploration during the movement, and then you can carry on moving afterwards. Yeah, because it's not an action. Now, if we have a look at the board, you will see we have various things of interest, which I'll explain gradually. We have a crystal mine, gets you crystals. Crystals are good. We have a healing magical glade, which can heal you. We've got a village where you can recruit people, you can interact, you can pillage the village, you can do all sorts of things at a village. And we have these orcs. Now, these are rampaging enemies. The most important rule about rampaging enemies is there's two ways to fight them. You can either be in a hex adjacent to them and choose the challenge action, which starts a fight, but you never move on to their hex. So a fight against a rampaging enemy is always done from an adjacent hex. Okay. The other way of fighting them is if you are in their zone of control and you move to another hex within their zone of control, that provokes them and they attack you.
Okay.
Either way, the battle takes place from adjacent hexes, but you could move in and out of a zone of control, and that's fine. It's just if you move from within an adjacent hex to another adjacent hex, that's when you get attacked. Okay, I just need a minute to have a look at my cards and decide what I'm going to do. And I mentioned that you don't have to play them all. I think there is a rule that you've got to play at least one, and if you don't play one, you have to discard one. Okay, but generally you will be doing something. So I'm looking at these and I'm thinking, well, first of all, I want to move. Can I get to the village this turn? It's 2, 4, 6 movement points away. So I could. If I really wanted to get to that village this turn, I could take the gold die, put it on there for move 4, and then use that for move 2. So I could absolutely do that if I wanted to. Then, because I'm in the village, I have the options of interacting with that village. I could try and recruit, or I could actually challenge this orc because it's next to me. Okay, so that's one of the options that I've got. But that would be the one die that I've used from the source this turn. So I'd be left with just these cards. Unfortunately, I've stolen red and have no red cards. So what other options have I got? What's the chat going to tell me to do? I've got influence here. Shall we end the poll? How's the poll doing? So Arithea is winning the poll, 36%. Right, we're going to end the poll. Thank you very much for all of your votes. Interesting results. There you go. The poll has ended. And Power Plant Games are in the chat. Excellent. Thank you very much for joining in.
I'm appreciating Compy Cube's concern.
What's he concerned about?
Whether my brain has started to melt out through my ears.
Let's have a think. Am I going to be able to defeat that? No, I think let's have a look at what's in the village. So there is another thing. You can play cards sideways. If you play a card sideways, you can play any card sideways. It counts as one movement, one attack, one block, or one influence.
Okay.
So the various things in the game are movement, influence, attack, and block. And you can play a card sideways for one of anything. It's obviously not a great use for a card, but sometimes it's really good. I'm thinking, I mean, there's a green crystal mine here, which is nice, but I don't have any green cards. And I would like that. In fact, I would like that as well. Ranged attack 3, if I get my other swiftness, because you've got 2 swiftness in the deck, that would give me ranged attack 6, but only if I had 2 white, which I'm probably not going to get 2 white. So what we're going to do is I'm going to use the gold mana for the stamina card to move 4. I am then going to play swiftness for move 2. That gives me move 6. I am going to go 2, 4, 6.
Oh, right, okay. I see. Yeah, Plains is 2.
Plains is 2.
Yeah.
So I have spent my 6 movement points. If I had 2 movement points left, I could explore at this point.
Okay.
And I could turn 2 cards sideways if I really wanted to, but I'm not going to. But what I am going to do is I'm going to play Crystallize. So you've got this card in your deck as well, so we need to explain how it works. When you play this, also pay 1 mana of a basic colour, and I gain a crystal of that colour. Now, I've already used a die from the source this turn, so I can't use any more, but I have this. So I'm going to use this die, this mana that I stole from the source. It is basic mana. I'm going to use it to gain a crystal of that colour. So just off camera, we have some crystals. And whenever you gain a crystal, it goes there. It goes in your backpack. And it says here, if you do, re-roll this at the end of the turn. So I'm going to re-roll that. That's been spent. And this is what you normally do in the game. You normally put the cards that you've played in front of you into your play area. And when your turn is over, you then discard all of those to your discard pile. I'm done.
Okay.
Now, I could discard these cards if I wanted to. But remember, it's not like any other deck builder. I'm not just going to reshuffle. So if I discarded these two, they're gone for the day. Okay? And I'm keeping those because I know that I'm going to need both of these soon. So that is the end of my turn. What I do is any dice that I used get re-rolled and put back in the source. So we've got another black. So it's already starting to get dark. And then these cards go to my discard pile.
That one doesn't go back on the mana still then?
No. It says here, if you do, re-roll it at the end of that turn and return it to the source.
Return it to the source.
That tactics card can go now.
Okay.
Because it's no use. Then what I do is I refill my hand to my hand size.
Okay.
Which is 5. 1, 2, 3. And then it is your go.
So this basically gives me a temporary bonus on my hand size, is that right?
So at the end of each of your turns, so if I had that,
you would draw it to 6.
I would draw it to 6.
Okay.
Okay. If you use more of your cards, you won't get the bonus.
Yeah.
So there we go. It is your turn, and you have a card which I know you've been looking at. Because it's an awesome card, because it is so versatile, but you have to discard another card in order to be able to play it. Okay? Now have a look at what's in the source. We have a red and a green in the source. So literally, that red with improvisation, and you throw away another card, is 5 points of whatever you want.
Yeah.
The thing with this game is you have so many options.
Yeah.
You look at the board, you're going to arrive here. What you can't do is you can't come to this village and interact here because I'm there.
Okay.
So that's out. But other than that, you could go here. It would cost you 5 movement points to get here. Oh, hang on. It would cost you 5 movement points to get here. And what a crystal mine does, I'm going to be giving you these cards because everything in the game has a reference card. So I'm going to be throwing these at you.
Okay.
For you to keep.
Great.
But you don't need to read them because I'm going to tell you what they do.
Fine. I won't read it.
If you end your turn on a crystal mine, you gain a crystal of that colour.
Okay.
Now, we haven't actually mentioned crystals yet.
Other than the fact that you've got one.
I've got one and you don't. But I'll come on to them later. But crystals are really good. So if you go there and end your turn there, it's not an action. It's just at the end of your turn, you get a green crystal. I'm not sure. I mean, how many movement points could you generate? There's a green die in the source.
Yeah, I mean, I can generate
4,
loads, to be honest.
6.
And, more maybe if I wanted
potentially
to.
Potentially
9. I guess, yeah.
So you could, theoretically, move and attack one of these orcs. I'm just trying to work out whether it's a good idea and safe for you to do that. Probably not.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I wouldn't have that much in the way of fighty stuff.
You wouldn't have many cards left.
Yeah.
Now, if you fought one of these when you've still got improvisation, determination, and rage in hand, great. Because then you might have a chance.
So, I mean, I'd be curious just to go to the mine, just to see what the crystals are about. Yep. And, it's close. And so that's fairly straightforward.
Now,
and
I've mentioned that you can use one of these per turn. You generally always want to.
Yeah.
Because it's free.
Well, yeah. Okay, well, I mean, I could move there, I guess, with those two if I put a green mana on March.
You could put that on there, and that would have been move 6. And you'd spend 5 of it to move there.
Yeah. And, yeah, I was going to ask that about moving.
That's not bad because then your planning kicks in. And you've got some combat cards. So what you're doing is you're actually planning for an attack on this next turn.
Brilliant. Yeah. I didn't even know it.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. Well, I mean, I think that's probably all I can do anyway, as far as I can tell. And, because I'm not getting into a fight. That seems to be what my cards are about otherwise.
Yeah.
And I'm nowhere to influence anyone. I presume, can you only influence in villages, or is there
Influence
somewhere else?
is used for recruiting things in villages and monasteries.
And monasteries.
And mage towers when we get to them.
So that's a...
We have 2 villages on the board.
Yeah.
That's all we've got at the moment. Oh, speaking of villages...
Here's a little village card.
Here's a little village card of all of the things that you can do in a village. Cool. I'm going to explain one of those in a minute.
Okay, because you're going to do it.
I'm going to do it.
Well, anyway, I think that's probably my turn, isn't it?
Okay. So
these
re-roll the mana die.
Okay, I'll re-roll the mana die.
Oh, gold. Nice.
And then those
two go to your discard pile, which for you is over there.
Which probably, yeah.
And keeps. Yes, keeps as well. And then you would draw up to your hand size, but because you have 2 cards in hand, your hand size is treated as 1 higher. So you've actually got 6 cards for the next turn.
The crystallized one.
Right.
Okay.
So one of the things that you can do in a village.
Put this back.
No, that's yours.
All right.
That's for the road. That's for the whole round.
Oh right.
I put mine away because mine was a one-off.
Okay.
Wherever I've put it, but mine was a one-off, and then once I've used it, it's effectively gone.
Okay.
So one of the things that you can do in a village is to pillage the village. The unique rule about pillaging is that you do it when it's not your turn. It's not an action. It is something that happens before it gets back to your next turn. This is intended to speed the game up. So basically, while you were taking your turn, I was pillaging the village.
Okay.
So when you pillage the village, you lose 1 reputation. Now for me, that's actually made no difference at the moment because I'm still on 0. And I get 2 cards.
Do I get that crystal thing, by the way?
Oh, sorry, yes. You get a green crystal. That goes there.
Okay.
Okay, so pillaging the village, you do it when it's not your turn, you lose a reputation, and you get 2 cards.
Okay.
Okay, so that's what I did. I basically went into Dave's shed and stole some of his stuff. And Dave's not very happy with me. Right, so it's now my turn.
Well, yeah.
I could stay where I am, and I could interact with the village. Or I could stay where I am, and I could challenge them.
Will they still interact with you after you've pillaged them?
They will.
That's very benevolent of them.
Remember, I'm still on 0.
Okay.
If I was on -1, that would affect my interaction.
Right, okay.
I could spend some movement points to explore. I could then spend some movement points to move. But if I moved from here to here, that would provoke the orcs. And my turn would stop and I would have to have a fight. So I have multiple options. And because I've drawn a bazillion cards, I'm now looking at what we've got, and I've drawn my improvisation. So I have so many choices here, and this is where the player interaction can come in. Because although I don't know what cards you've got in your hand, I kind of know that you might either go here or here next turn. So if I got rid of this,
that would cut down my choices.
That would cut down your choices, and that would steal it from you. But I'm looking to see whether that's what I actually want to do. What have we got in the source? We've got gold and red. That's Thor wailing. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, that is interesting. Okay, I think I know what I want to do. Oh, that'd be good. And I've got a red crystal. So let's talk about crystals. I can use this as if it was a red mana.
Okay.
So it's 1 die from the source and any number of crystals. But once you've used them, they've gone. Okay. They are worth points at the end of the game. If you look at that achievement thing that I gave you, they're like half a point at the end of the game or something like that. But yeah, crystals are if you can imagine, if you've got half a dozen crystals, then on your turn, you could literally be superpowered.
Yeah.
Do everything. I'm looking for my other swiftness card. If I have both of my swiftness cards, that would be awesome, because this is a really dangerous creature. The bottom half of swiftness is ranged attack 3, which means I could kill it before it gets to me. But it's got 5 armor, which means I'd need ranged attack 5. And ranged attack 5, you can't use improvisation for ranged attack. Improvisation is only normal melee attack. Or do I just stay and recruit? Yeah, so the wailing in the background, that's our cat, who's now shut in and not wanting to... Bless him. Oh, this is tricky. This is tricky. I think I don't know whether to just stay here and influence. Oh, Thor's coming to see us. What have we got in the village? We got... Oh, so let's have a look at these. The icons on the left-hand side tell you the type of location where they can be recruited from. That is the village icon. So at the moment, the foresters and the peasants are the only ones that can be recruited where I am. The illusionists can only be recruited in a monastery or a mage tower, and the Utum swordsman can only be recruited in a keep. We haven't found those yet. So I'm looking to see whether I want to recruit the peasants or the foresters. And are they going to help me? I think they are. And I think we might do that. I think that is my plan. So I am going to play this card for move 2. And then I am going to spend those 2 movement points to explore. Okay, so let's have a look at exploring.
Yeah, okay.
You take the top tile off the stack. Remember, we're playing the tutorial, so these are in numeric order. Normally they would be shuffled. And then you place it here. If I was here and exploring, which I can't be, but if I was, I could explore there or there. You'd have to decide, you'd have to announce it beforehand. So I'm exploring here. You reveal the tile, and then it has to go in a fixed orientation. You cannot rotate it. If you look, there are circles and there are stars, and it goes like that. Okay, so the number always has to be facing the same way as all of the others, and the circles and the stars have to line up.
And you spent 2 movement doing that. Is that
cost me 2 movement.
Is that always cost that?
Always cost that.
Okay.
No matter which scenario you're playing, exploring always costs 2.
So we've got a village.
We've got a white crystal mine, and we have a keep.
Okay.
Now, for this scenario only, exploring gets you 1 fame.
Okay.
That's another rule that people forget, and they think it's always the rule, but no, only for this scenario, exploring gets 1 fame. Now that's interesting, because if I knew that was going to be that, I might have done something different. And this is another important rule about the game: take back.
Okay.
You are allowed to undo absolutely everything in your turn until the point that new information was revealed.
Right.
I can now not say, oh, I tell you what, I'll actually use that and make it move 4. Right? I can't do that now because I've now revealed that information. So effectively, I've created a save point. As soon as that went on the board, there's my save point. I can't go beyond that save point. But what I could have done is I could have said, oh, I'm going to move 4, spend 2 of it to explore, and then go, oh, right, well, I've got another 2 movement, so I'll move to there. Now, that would have provoked this. But because I made that decision beforehand that I wasn't going to power it up, I can't change that now. Okay? I am still allowed to move, but I would have to play other cards to now generate more movement points. And I don't think I want to do that. So I think I'm happy with just exploring. And I'm now going to do my action. And my action is I'm going to play Promise. And I'm going to use the gold mana as if it was white to get me 4 points of influence. And I could take the peasants, or remember what I said about playing cards sideways.
Okay, so
that's the cost to recruiting influence.
Yeah, okay.
Any card can be played sideways for 1 move, 1 attack, 1 block, and 1 influence. So if I really wanted the foresters, I could turn a card sideways to get me that extra 1. And I'm thinking about it. But no, I'm going to take the peasants. Okay, so we recruit the peasants. These are mine. Where do the peasants go? The peasants go here. Okay? Remember, your command token is how many units you can have under your command. So I now have 1 unit under my commander is the peasants. They go there. Okay? I could recruit again and replace them, but then they would go. I'll explain units more when I actually start using them. But I think that's it. I've done my action, I've recruited, I've spent a die, I've still got 5 cards. Do I want to keep these 5 cards? See, again, this is the thing. If you were burning through your deck quickly, I would be tempted now to ditch a couple of these cards to draw other ones. But because you're going through your deck slowly at the moment, I think I'm just going to keep these. That is the end of my turn. I have 5 cards in hand, so I don't draw up. The promise goes to my discard pile. I re-roll the die. It's blue. And it is now your turn. So, March as well goes to my discard pile.
Okay. So, I think, what have we got here? Oh, right, we've got a blue. Oh,
There's a blue.
You used the world one.
I used the gold. Yeah. Now, do you want me to work out if you can kill that orc?
No, I'm thinking of going to the village, to be honest.
Okay.
So I can use my crystal
to
power up my march.
Yeah.
Which would get me there.
That would actually get you there.
So I will do that.
Yeah. And then you do have improvisation.
That goes.
So what you do is you leave the cards just here.
Okay.
And you only clear them up at the end of your turn.
Okay, and then I was going to use improvisation to recruit. Yeah, actually, I can do that, can't I? But then I have to discard a card.
Yeah. So 4 movement point gets you to here.
And then I can improvise for the influence.
Yes, you have to discard another card,
which is either going to be rage or determination. I'm going to go with rage.
Okay. So that goes straight to your discard pile now.
Okay.
There's your 5 influence.
Yeah, and then I don't. Yeah, that's all I can do, I think, isn't it? Basically, that's
so
all I really.
Take the foresters.
Yeah.
And you put them there. So that's not all you could do. There is something else you could do. Whether you want to or not is up to you.
Right.
But you could
get another mana. Yeah, okay.
So mana draw would allow you to use a second die from the source this turn. Blue.
Mm.
And then the crystallize. Basically, crystallize. It's a lot of words, but what it says is turn any mana into a crystal. If that mana was blue, you can have any colour crystal.
Okay.
So if you wanted to, you could play both of those cards, take the blue mana and turn it into crystal. But if you did, your planning wouldn't then work because you would only have 1 card in hand.
Cool. Well, thank you for explaining that. But yes, I think the planning, I like the idea
planning is good.
Of using the planning. So I've recruited the foresters.
Yeah.
I'm quite happy with my...
Okay. We get rid of the crystal.
My turn's work.
You roll that, you put that back. Red again. Discard your cards. Draw back up to your hand size +1 because of the planning. Now I need to decide if I'm pillaging the village again. Because you can do it once on every turn. So if I really wanted to...
You would have technically done it during my turn.
I would have done it during... Yeah, as long as you do it before the start of your turn.
Right.
This game has a lot of things built into it to try and avoid downtime.
Mm.
So, for example, in the rules it says the first thing you should do in your end of turn sequence is to re-roll the mana die. Because as soon as you've re-rolled the mana die and put it there, you can be getting on with the rest of it. And then I can be taking my turn. And once you start doing that, it really speeds the game up. Now, my top tip, if you are learning this game, don't do that. When you are learning this game for the first time, each player needs to watch each other like a hawk. Because otherwise, I've seen it so many times that people start playing incorrectly, and unless another player is watching them, they then play the whole game wrong. So the first time you play this, when it's the other player's turn, watch them, talk to them, help them. When it's your turn, do that.
Okay.
Once you're experienced with the game, you can literally say, I'll re-roll the die, put it there, and then you can spend a minute doing your stuff, and I've already had half of my turn. Do I want to pillage the village? That is the question. I'm going to try and see if I can get rid of that without taking much time.
Get rid of what?
I'm going to pillage the village. So at this point, my reputation is now -1. Okay? So what that means is, any time I interact, my total influence is reduced by 1. So if I wanted to recruit the peasants now, I would need 5 influence to do so. Because words got around about me. So I get another 2 cards. I'm missing the keep. Yes, there is a keep. That needs to go on there. I was going to explain that later. Keeps go face down, unlike the orcs, which are face up. Okay, I didn't get the card I wanted. And at this point, I'm looking for how many cards are left in my deck. 4. So I know the card that I want is in those 4 cards. It's almost the end of the day and I've not done very much.
Well, you've pillaged twice.
I've pillaged twice.
That's quite a good day's work.
That is what I've done.
I mean, that's probably why the day's gone so fast.
Yeah, I'm burning through my cards.
Yeah.
What have we got in the sauce? Red and blue? Okay. So. I could have done with that gold. That gold would have been very handy. Right, let's explain units. So I have a unit. I have the peasants. There are 3 different abilities on the peasant.
Yeah.
To use the ability on one of your units, you have to use your token and you put it on there. That means it's spent, it's been used, it will refresh at the start of the next round. Okay? So I can use the peasants for
next
either
round.
next round.
So that's the next day.
The night time.
Oh, right.
The next half day.
Okay.
So I can use the peasants to attack or block 2, influence 2, or move 2. Now, interestingly enough, you know the last turn when I recruited them, I could have used them straight away to get influence 2. If I needed to get more influence for something else, I could have actually done that. So I'm thinking...
Or the other ones as well, or just the influence.
I couldn't have done the move 2 because I was in my action. I'd already done my movement. I was in my action. My action was to interact.
Okay, right.
And when you interact, you can generate influence, spend the influence, generate more influence, spend more influence. There would be no point of doing the other 2 because I was in the middle of interacting.
But if your action was, well, is one of the actions attacking?
One of the actions is challenging, yes.
So you could have used the attack or block from the peasants.
But not when I recruited them, because when I recruited them, my action was interact. I'd already chosen my action for last turn.
Yes, okay, I get it.
So, I'm debating... Yeah, I think we're going to do it. So I am going to use the peasants for movement 2.
Okay.
So I've got 2 points of movement, and I'm going to move from there to there. Now that ends my turn immediately. It provokes these orcs, and we're going to have our first combat in the game.
Okay.
Combat in this game is the best combat system I've ever seen, ever in a game. I love this game, but it's because it's deterministic. It's a puzzle. It's a maths puzzle. We're not going to be rolling dice. We're not going to be flipping cards. We're not going to be doing anything like that. It is a puzzle, right? I'm going to explain the basics of combat first. And I might explain the basics of combat using a different counter, because that orc there is actually quite special. Here we go. Right, I'm going to explain the basics of value. Okay? The armor value basically means that is how much damage you deal. That is the attack value that you need to deal to it to be able to kill it. Any less bounces off.
Okay.
If I do an attack 3 on that, it's dead.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
What's printed on the left-hand side is the attack value that it's going to hit you with.
Okay.
And that's going to deal damage to you.
Yeah.
Okay? So that's the important information about the piece. Now, combat takes place over a number of steps. The first step is the ranged and siege attack step.
Okay.
At that step, you can play any number of ranged attacks or siege attacks. And if you add them up and it makes 3, combat's over and you've killed it.
Okay.
If you don't kill it in the ranged step, then it will hit you for this amount of damage.
Okay.
Right? Now, what you then do to work out how many wounds you take is essentially you divide that number by that number and round up.
Okay.
Okay? Now, the way I always explain this is it's hitting me for 4 points of damage.
Yeah.
Okay? So I put my 4 little fingers out. My armor will... It's not armor like them. It's a different kind of armor. So I will take a wound because it's hit me, and then I take off 2. Then I take another wound, and then I take off another 2, and there's none left. Basically, it's that divided by that rounded up. So in this case, 4 against 2, I would take 2 wounds.
Yeah.
Right? If I was fighting something with 5, it would be 3 wounds, If I was fighting somebody with 3, it would be 2 wounds, etc., etc. So it's ranged attack first. You get a chance to kill it in ranged. If you can't kill it in ranged, it hits you. But you have a thing called block.
Yeah.
Okay, this is the other basic thing. The only one we haven't covered yet is block. And block is on a 1-for-1 basis. So if I was to play a block 5 against that, I don't take any damage. Now, there's no such thing in this game as a partial block. You either block or you don't block.
Right.
Okay?
Okay.
So if you played a block 2,
you would fail.
There's no point. You fail and you take the full damage. So there's no partial block. So yeah, ranged attack first, then they attack you. You get a chance to block. If you don't block, you take damage. Then you get a chance to attack them. So the very, very last step is the melee attack where you get to attack them. That's how it works for basic monsters. Right, now let's have a look at what we're facing. This is a, what is it called? It's a cursed hag, right? First of all, it's got 5 armor, so I would need ranged attack 5 to kill it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I haven't got ranged attack 5. If I don't kill it with ranged, it's only got 3 attack, which would be 2 wounds, but it's poison.
Oh.
Okay, so most of these enemies have special abilities. This one has poison. And what that means is every time I take a wound to my hand, I also take one to my discard pile. So that is nasty, because that is effectively 4 wounds. Mm-hmm. 2 in my hand, 2 in my discard pile. But let's have a look at what we can do, because even though the unit is spent, I can still use it to absorb damage. And that's another common mistake people make, is they think once they've used the unit, they can't then use it to soak damage. That's what I'm going to do. It's exactly what I'm going to do. So, first step of combat, do I have 5 points of ranged and or siege attack? No. So it's hitting me for 3, but I'm going to put the peasants in the way. Okay? You can always put 1 unit in the way. And thankfully, because the peasants are 3, and that's 3, that actually soaks them all up. Okay. Now, if that was 4, they would soak up 3 of it, and then I would still take 1. Okay. Because it's 3, the peasants are going to take it all. So could you pass me 2 wounds, please? Okay. It's 2 wounds because of the poison. So normally, if that wasn't poisoned, it would just be 1 wound. But because it's poison, the unit actually gets double wound, which normally can't happen. But it has because of the poison. Okay? Yes, poor peasants' meat shields. You know, I mentioned earlier on that you can replace units. Yeah. I'm probably going to replace them. It is not worth my time and energy healing them up to get them good again. Sorry, peasants. So we've done the ranged attack phase. We skipped that. It's attacked me. I could have blocked it if I wanted to, but I decided not to. And what I'm now going to do is I'm going to hit it back. I haven't used the die from the source yet. So I think that's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to use improvisation. So improvisation, using the red die, discarding... What we're going to discard? I'm going to discard rage. Oh, do I discard rage? Yeah, I'm going to discard rage. For attack 5. That kills it. And I get 3 fame. So that's gone. I get 3 fame. 1, 2, 3. I have leveled up. But leveling up happens at the end of your turn. In fact, you know what I mentioned about saving downtime? Leveling up happens in between turns. So while you're doing your turn, I will level up. Okay? We're not going to do that because we're teaching, but that's what you would normally do when you're playing. Right, combat is over. Do I want to do anything else? Oh, I also get 1 reputation. Every time you kill one of the marauding orcs, word spreads through the land that you're not as bad as
people make out.
It's on there. So you get 1 reputation every time you kill one of the green tokens. I think that's it. I'm going to end my turn there. That goes to my discard pile. That gets re-rolled. It's green. It goes back. Do I want to discard any of these cards? How many cards you got left in your deck?
I don't know, 4 or 5?
4 or 5? So no, I'm not in any rush.
5.
Yeah. I'm going to end my turn there, and I'm now going to level up. So normally you would start your turn, and I will do my level up. There's 2 types of level up in the game. That symbol and that symbol. This symbol means that I get a new card to upgrade my deck and I get a skill. Okay? That symbol means that you flip over the next token and put it there.
Okay.
So that's the easy one, right? This one, 2 things happen. The first thing that's going to happen is I'm going to get what's called an advanced action. So all of the cards in your deck at the moment are basic actions. The advanced actions are going to be here. Remember what I said in setup? When you normally play the game, you will create this at the very, very start of the game. You will not wait until this point. This would be visible. But these are the advanced actions. We're playing the tutorial, so I've taken out all of the ones from the expansions and I've taken out the more complicated ones, which it recommends you do. And the advanced action offer is 3 cards. And these are basically better versions, okay? I get to choose which one of those I want. And I'm going to take... Swift Bolt. Now, one of the very cool things in this game is, although it's a deck builder, in normal deck builders, when you gain a card, it goes to your discard pile. Not in this game. It goes to the top of my deck. And that happens before I draw cards. So if I needed to draw a card, I would get that one right away. Okay? That then gets replenished. And then, skills. So we mentioned that each character has a set of skills at the start of the game. What now happens is I draw the top 2. These have been shuffled. I get one of these. And I'm going to take, just for the purposes of this demo, I'm going to take this one. This is my skill. They are all explained on your skill reference chart. But once you understand the iconography, it's fairly easy. This one I didn't want, so this goes into the common pool. We'll come on to that later on. That is it. So that's what happened. You get a new card and you get a skill token. Sure, go.
So if I were to pillage...
You would lose a reputation, but you would draw 2 cards.
And even though that takes me over my hand size...
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, okay. So I'm going to do that.
Do you fancy it?
Just to see how it goes.
And the stories that I'd read about Norowas was that he was a nice, charming elf that didn't go around. But clearly those stories
I'm
are
out
not
of character.
true.
Well, apparently I've got the ability... I've got
Yeah.
threatening in my repertoire as well, so not all that nice. So quite a few things here.
8 cards in hand. Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, it's probably a bit much, isn't it?
I can tell you now, you're not going to be staying here because there's now nothing for you to do in this village.
In this village,
you can't recruit anymore.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you'll be moving on to pastures new and.
Well, I figured to start with, I'd probably go to that mine and get a white crystal. So.
I'd explore here.
Oh right, I see.
Because there might be something.
Yeah, I'm on the edge, aren't I?
Yeah,
and
you've got 8 cards. You can do a lot with 8 cards.
So in order to do that, I just need to move 2, don't I? So I could use, probably my stamina looks like the best bet for that one to explore, right?
Just with a move 2?
Well, I presume so. That's all you need, right?
It is, but you could, and I'm not saying you should, but you could use the blue mana to make it move 4.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I've
2 of them to explore because then you've still got 2 movement.
Yeah. Okay. Well, no, I think I've got my eye on the blue mana for doing the crystals.
Okay.
Well, actually, hold on. Okay.
You're saying Brian? Arethi is very popular.
I think I will. I think I'll just do the 2.
Okay, so you play the card, just stick it up here for now.
Okay. Yeah.
You've got 2 movement, you explore. Okay, so we reveal this, and we orient it, and we put it here like this. So we have, first of all, we have a new orc. Okay, the one we've drawn is... Right, now this is a summoner. Summoner is actually really interesting. First of all, if you kill it in ranged combat with 4 points of ranged combat, it's dead. Forget about it. But if you don't fight it. it summons a brown monster and you have to fight the brown monster. Now, you know what I said about combat being deterministic? It is, but in this case, you don't know what it's going to summon. Okay? Now, once you know the game, you will know what kind of monsters there are in the game. And if you really wanted to, there is a cheat sheet that actually lists them all. So you can look through and see what kind of thing it would summon. But the brown monsters are more dangerous than the green ones. And then if you kill the brown monster, you actually kill it. So that is the summoner. That is there. This is a mage tower. We haven't talked about mage towers yet because we haven't actually talked about keeps either. But a mage tower is a little bit, in a way, like a keep in that the counter starts face down. The only way to see the counter is to move next to it if it was daytime. So because it's daytime, if you move to here or wherever, you'll be able to see what's in it. If it was nighttime, you wouldn't. But to attack the keep or the mage tower, you have to actually move onto the space. So the orcs, you never move onto their space. The keeps and the mage towers, you do. And that's called an assault. You lose 1 reputation, you flip over the counter if it wasn't already flipped over, and you have a fight. I have laid these out in order of difficulty. Although purple and brown are roughly the same difficulty.
Okay.
And there's another village here. So
yeah. So I'm kind of having a bit of a realization here. So the whole thing about, you move and then you do an action.
Yeah.
Or can you do an action and then move?
Oh, you're getting a fame for that.
Yeah, that's
getting a fame.
That was the thing that I had on my
mind.
mind.
Move and then do an action.
Having just kind of explored.
Yeah.
I mean, so I've got...
That's not an action.
Okay.
So you can carry on moving.
Okay.
You can play more cards, generate more movement points.
This movement...
That's gone.
Okay, so I've used that to explore.
Yeah.
It's not like that movement is still in the bank, ready to be...
No, the save point has been created. Can't go back beyond the save point.
Okay.
Mountains, impassable.
Okay.
Okay, so if you decided you wanted to go to here, there's no units left in the offer, which hasn't refreshed, by the way. That will only refresh at the start of the night. So yeah, there's not much point you going here unless you wanted to pillage for then another assault on that.
Okay.
Possibly. But I'd be looking at possibly trying to take that on from either here or here. Now, the advantage of going here, you'll see that because it's daytime. And then you might think, oh, wait a minute, I can go for that. We'll work out, once we've seen that, we can then work out whether you'll be able to defeat it or not.
If I were to... So if I were to kind of... Oh, yeah, that's my ranged attack.
Note,
yeah.
Anything that is in a keep or a mage tower is fortified. You cannot use ranged attack. So if you're thinking of keeping your swiftness to attack this, you can't. So if you're looking for a card...
Oh, it's a puzzle.
Yeah, it is a puzzle. If you're looking for a card from move 2, that's got a move 2 on it. That will move you to here. And because you can't use that as ranged attack 3, that might be a good thing.
And I guess, I mean, issue is that I don't have much in the way of attack. So, I mean, I'm sorry. It's going to take me a long time to think this through, I'm afraid.
That is true. You don't actually have much attack cards.
So, I mean, I could possibly... Well, I don't know what the summoner's likely to raise. But I'm feeling a bit like I would want to kind of move... Oh, no, that's not even... So, what happens in the Mage Tower again? I would see it, but I wouldn't get into a fight with it.
If you wanted to.
I could.
Because it's daytime, if you move here, you will see what it is. If you then want to attack it, you have to move onto its space, and it's in the desert, by the way, so that's 5 movement points.
Right.
You would lose 1 reputation because it's an assault, and then we'd have a fight. But you will see what it is before you do that.
I'm feeling a bit like I might want to avoid it at this stage. I mean, it sounds quite exciting, but I'm feeling like ducking past and maybe trying to get, or having a fight with the
Well, as I say,
summoner.
If you go here, it's not going to attack you.
Yeah.
These aren't rampaging enemies. They're people who stay in their tower. These are the only ones with a zone of control.
But still, it's kind of like, well.
And there's a glade. Yes.
A glade.
Yeah, we haven't mentioned the glade.
But that's for healing. Well, you mentioned it.
It's got healing properties, but if you start the turn on a glade, you get one of these.
Oh, okay.
For that turn only. It's not a crystal, it's a mana token.
Right.
The only difference between a mana token and a crystal is a mana token, if you don't use it, it goes at the end of your turn. I'm just thinking, you've got 8 cards.
Yeah, I mean, my Noble Manners isn't going to do me much good if I can't do any recruiting.
The Noble Manners could be used to recruit the Illusionists if you defeat whatever's in the Mage Tower.
Right. Okay, well, I guess it sounds like I want to go to the Mage Tower. I can use my Foresters, right, just to go there? Is that...
You could use your Foresters, but if you do, you then can't use them for their block 3. And you might need them... Yeah, you can soak... They can take damage, but the block 3 might be useful to you as well.
I'm kind of hoping that my block 5 might, on my determination might... But then...
What are you going to use to attack back? So that's your only actual attack card.
I'm generally a bit stuck, basically.
Mm-hmm.
So...
Yeah, your other options are, take it easy, go to the glade this turn, maybe fight these orcs this turn. Because if you get wounded, the healing essence of the glade will help you recover. And as the chat's saying, wait till night time, because moving through a desert at night time is easier.
Oh, right.
What you don't want to do is you don't want to get caught up hanging around doing nothing, because you've got some really good cards there. And if you're not able to use them, and it's tricky. It really is tricky.
So, okay, well, I guess then I'll use Swiftness to move to the glade. No, I need more than that, don't I?
You need more than that.
But I could use the Foresters to move to the glade. I use the Foresters to move to the glade.
You activate the Foresters. Move 2, but the move cost of forest hills and swamps is reduced by 1. So the forest becomes 2, and you move to the glade.
Okay.
And then do you want to challenge the summoner? You would be able to kill it with the cards you've got. Remembering you can play any card sideways for 1 attack or 1 block. So you would be able to do it.
But, well, not with a ranged.
Not with ranged.
But then it's going to summon something, isn't it?
Then it's going to summon something.
And so
So if it was the Minotaur, you'd be able to block it. And you would probably be able to kill it. If it was the Gargoyle, you're going to struggle against the Gargoyle. If it was the Gargoyle, you're going to struggle. You'd be able to block it, but you wouldn't be able to kill it. If it's the Medusa, you'd be able to block it, and you would be able to kill it. If it's the Cryptworm, you'd be fine. And if it was the Werewolf, you'd be fine. So anything other than the Gargoyle...
Fine, let's challenge. So I'd missed the challenge aspect, so I thought it was just if you were moving past them that they decided to attack you.
No,
but
that's provoking.
Yeah.
I provoked it because I provoked this one because I moved from there to there. What you're doing is you are voluntarily attacking it, which is a challenge.
Okay, well, yeah, I'll go for the challenge then, I guess.
Right. So you're fighting this summoner. Do you have 4 points of ranged or siege?
Well, no, I've got 3 but I don't think I've got the mana to do it, so no, I don't.
The chat is just telling me that you don't have to kill the brown summoner. I'm just double checking. I might have got that. Ah, yeah, so it's that you need to kill. The summoned creature arrives and attacks you, disappears, but then it's that you need to kill. Yeah.
Right.
Thank you very much, Jonathan. So forget that whole you can't kill it if it's the gargoyle. That's the thing that you're trying to kill. Right? So you don't have the 4 points of ranged or siege.
Nope.
So it is going to summon. I'll let you draw it. What is it? It is the Medusa.
A Medusa.
So the Medusa, this is very, very dangerous. Let's just zoom in on here. Let's put it here. The Medusa has 6 points of attack.
Okay.
But if you don't block it, you will take 6 divided by 2. You'll take 3 wounds. But because you took wounds, it's got paralysis. You lose all of the rest of the cards in your hand.
Wow.
Which means you then don't have enough to kill it.
Okay.
So you basically have to block 6. Otherwise, you lose all of the cards in the hand and then that's it. Now, thankfully, you can block 6. Because you've got the blue mana from the source and you've got determination.
Yeah, so...
That's exactly what you need.
And then...
So block 5 and any 1 card sideways is block 6. So it summons the Medusa.
Not that one.
The Medusa attacks you. You manage to block the Medusa. The Medusa disappears. And now you need 4 points of attack.
Okay. So I guess I've got to discard 4 cards sideways, have I? That's basically
if you want to do it, it's 4 cards sideways.
I guess I could do it.
I'll just mention another rule now.
Yeah.
It doesn't actually apply at the moment, but you can always use ranged attack as if it was normal attack.
Right.
Okay? But you don't have a white mana, and I don't think you've got a way of getting a white mana.
No, I don't think. So, well, I kind of want to do something.
Yeah.
And so I guess I'm just going to have to
4 cards sideways.
do it, aren't I? I guess I'm not going to need. Hopefully, well, I'm not going to. I'm in a glade. I'm probably not going to need to sit to heal. And I guess
if that didn't have paralysis, I would have been tempted to take the wounds because you would have got rid of some because of that. But because it had paralysis, it would have wiped your hand of cards out.
So I guess I'll.
Yep. So these 4 cards just go up here. He's played sideways. You've killed it. There you go. That's dead. You gain a reputation and you gain 4 fame.
Reputation's up here.
Yep.
So you're
back to the
I'm
middle.
the steely one.
And you now go up to 5 fame, which means you will level up at the end of your turn.
Okay.
Then you're done.
Yeah, I've definitely done.
Do you want to keep that card?
Yeah, I did. I did want to. Yeah.
Okay.
I think so. I mean, it may or may not be any good.
Yeah, you're going to draw the rest of your deck anyway. So, but one of the tricks in the game is knowing when to keep a card. If you had a big deck of cards now, or if you had, this card is influence. You're not in a position where you're going to be using that influence at all unless you go backwards, which you don't really want to do.
Yeah.
But because you only have 3 cards left in your deck, of course you want to keep it.
Okay.
That's gone as well. We re-roll that. 3. Okay. And now we get the exciting part of the game. So, which of these advanced actions do you want? Before you choose, we're going to actually do yours in a different order.
Okay.
Draw the top 2 skills. Let's have a look at your board. Right, let's go through what these do. First of all, both of them have this arrow on, which means these are once per round abilities, and when you use them, you flip them over, right? This is the easiest one to explain. You gain a green crystal and a white mana token. Now remember, crystals are permanent until you use them. Mana tokens do exactly the same thing, but if you don't use them, you lose them at the end of your turn. Okay, so that's what that one does. Really easy, gets you mana. This one is, you flip it over to draw 2 cards. If you have the least fame, you also get a white mana. So normally, you will choose which one of these you want.
Yeah.
And you will then choose which one of these you want. But there is an option. You don't have to do this. It is an option that's in the game. You can always choose to take another player's skill that they decided they didn't want.
Right, okay.
You could take it, but if you do, you have to take the card at the bottom of the offer. Okay? Now, I've never fully understood why that rule is in the game, but Vlad put that rule in the game for a very good reason. And that's the thing. So you can,
but he hasn't told you what that reason is.
I could probably ask him, and people in the chat probably know why. So you can have either that one or that one, and any of those three. Or if you really wanted to, you could take my skill that I didn't want. But if you did take that one, you'd have to have the bottom one.
I'm going to take this one because I understand it, and
so that goes into
it
here.
Seems to make sense to me. So is it just pop
it goes there? Yep.
And then I choose one of these.
And you choose whichever one of those you want, and it goes on top of your deck, which means you are going to get it straight away.
Okay. So I've got agility, regeneration, and pure magic.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I've just got myself some ability. This pure magic wants lots of mana. I've just got myself some ability to get mana, so that's
you have a way of generating white there.
Yeah. It seems to say that you can pay any of them.
Pure magic is very cool. It's so flexible.
It does look quite fun. I might actually, I might do that.
Okay.
I might take that. So
pure magic goes on top of your deck.
Yeah.
We refresh the offer with a new card. You got your skill, and now you draw back up to your hand size. Now your planning doesn't work because you only have one card in hand, but you draw up to 5. Okay, so you now have no cards in your deck. So remind me of that fact at the start of your turn, because something happens.
Okay.
My go.
Your go.
And I'm now thinking you've got no cards in your deck. Somehow, I've got 5 cards still left in my deck. So I need to be doing something, and I need to be doing something pronto. Do I want to police the village? It's another village. I think I'll tell you what, I think I'm going to. Could you knock me down on the reputation again to -1? We are bad people, Andy. We are
bad Mage Knights.
We are very bad people. Okay, right. I got my cards. I already know what I'm going to do to start with, which is I am going to use a green mana from the source, and I am going to play March for move 4. Okay? I'm going to move 2 to here. I just don't know whether I want to move another 2. Why did that have to be... the dice in the source. Having 2 black has been painful. I mean, I can do that, and if I do that with that, then I can do that. Oh, God, that will work, sort of. But I'm in the same situation as you. I don't have much in the way of attacking. But I do have this. I have this skill. This skill is awesome. This is every turn I've got 2 points of attack. I don't know whether to explore. I think I'm going to. I am going to spend my remaining 2 points of movement from this to explore here. Okay. Right. So what we've drawn is we've drawn another Rampaging Orc, which I'm right next to, and it's this one. This is the one which shouldn't be in the game. That's from the expansion set. I'm going to take that one out. It's that one. It's the Diggers. I was going to say that's Elusive. Elusive wasn't in this expansion. We also have a Monastery. Now, I'm not going to explain Monastery fully, but what I will explain is whenever a Monastery gets revealed, you take a card from the advanced action deck, and you place it into the... Well, it goes into the unit offer. There is a space here for monastery cards, but I'm just going to put it there. Okay? You can learn that from the monastery.
Okay.
Okay? I'll explain more about the monastery later on. So, I was actually going to potentially move to here and then have a look in the keep. But if I do that, that's going to provoke that orc. But I think that's fine. I think that's fine. Yeah, so I'm going to play stamina for move 2, and I'm going to move to here. That does 2 things. First of all, because I am now next to a keep, and it is daytime, we reveal it. Okay? It's a very, very simple enemy. Nothing special at all. It's just got lots of armour and it hits
Just
hard.
tough.
Just tough. And because it's in a keep, it's fortified, so you can't use ranged attack on it. And then, because I moved from there to there, I'm fighting this. Now, this has the fortification icon. So I can't use ranged.
Okay.
Which is a shame, because I actually have a way of killing it. Because I could use that to give me a white crystal and then use the white crystal for that. But it's got fortification, so I can't. So it hits me for 3. Now, I've already used a die from the source. I don't think I'm going to block this. Let's work backwards. I need to hit it for 3, which is probably that. So I could block it. I could use those 2 sideways to block it. I could absolutely do that. Oh, I've got this. I don't need that. I've got 2 points of attack. So I literally just need 1 card. So I am going to block it. Right, I'm going to use Determination for block 2. I'm going to use Threaten for another block 1. So that's block 3. So it doesn't do me any damage. I then use this skill for 2 points of attack. Plus... I cannot believe I'm going to use Mana Pull. That's my good card. Nope, I'm going to use Mana Pull sideways for the extra attack. 3 attack. It's dead. My reputation goes back up.
1.
I get 2 fame.
1, 2.
And another orc is dead. Before the end of my turn... Nope, that's fine. I've got 3 cards left. So I'm done. Okay. That goes back.
Oh, that's another one.
It's very much getting dark. These go to my discard pile. I draw back up to my hand size. It is now your turn.
And I have to remind you something.
You have started your turn with no cards in your deck.
Yeah.
You have a choice.
Yeah.
You could, if you wanted to, declare end of day.
Right.
If you do, your turn is over, and I get 1 more turn.
Right.
Alternatively, you can play on.
Yeah.
Okay.
Why would I do that?
Right. Bear with us a minute. I just noticed that my camera in the ceiling has gone off. So bear with us a minute. I will just fix that. For some reason, it's not powered on. Bear with us a minute.
Shall I, sing a little song or something?
You can sing a little song. Well, I'll tell you what. Just tell people what you're thinking of the game so far. Remembering the fact that this is the best game ever designed.
Yeah. I mean, I'm enjoying the range of possibilities, and certainly there's a real great set of combinations of things to do, and I'm actually getting quite excited by how I've built my my deck and my abilities so far already, and I've only just started, so that's quite exciting. It's coming back on.
Back on?
Oh, the camera's back on.
Back on.
Your head's gone though.
Yeah, my head's gone. You see my legs. I do have legs. Right, we're back. I don't quite know what happened. I think the power cable is...
Oh, battery level low, exchange
I'm just
battery.
going to have to sort this out.
Okay.
It's because...
something's been pulled out or unplugged.
Yeah, I can see what it is. It's all a bit tight, and it's gradually pulled the power out. So it's been running off battery. There you go. Never had that happen before.
First time for everything.
First time for everything.
I
think we are back on. Yeah, we are back on. And this time, we should be good. Right, thank you for that.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
So yeah, it's your turn.
Yeah.
These, by the way, these are going to refresh at the start of the night.
Start of the night. I was wondering when that happened. Yeah, I mean, I feel like doing more stuff is a good thing, and not letting you do a bunch of stuff without me having the opportunity to do it is. I think I'm curious. I want to go and see what's. Question in terms of exploration. You said that
it's a wedge map. You can't explore here.
You can't explore backwards. Yeah.
This is the coast.
Yeah. Okay. I'm curious to see what's in the Mage Tower. So
if you can generate 3 movement points to get onto the hills.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Oh, do I get a mana token for being on
you do.
there?
Yes, you've started the turn on your glade, so you have a gold mana token, which is one of anything.
And there's a green one in there. What is this?
So concentration is amazing, right? It's a lot of text, but basically, if you play concentration and use the bottom effect, it makes another card better.
Right. So I could use this to make pure magic work. Is that?
If the card gives you move, influence, block, or any type of attack, it adds +2. So you could concentrate on that for attack 6. You could concentrate on that for ranged attack 5. You could concentrate on that for influence 6. If you concentrated on pure magic, then yes, but you would have to pay an extra mana to do that. But you have the gold. You have the gold and the green. So that's insane. You could do that and that to get move 9. Which is crazy, I think.
Well, I mean...
Oh no, because you'd have... Yeah, that's right. When you play this, play another action card with it, get the stronger effect of that card for free, so you don't have to pay that, but then you do have to pay that, and if you paid green for that, it would give you move 9.
Well,
whether move 9 is any good for you or not, I don't know.
Well, I mean, as it stands, I mean, I could just play. I have to pay a mana for pure magic, whatever. If I want to play it, I mean, that's my only move, unless I just throw cards away.
You got move. You got swiftness, which is move 2,
but it's not enough. I could throw. Well, I could throw something away.
Yeah.
And I've potentially got some fighting going on in the Mage Tower, but I would probably have to declare that I'd need the movement. I probably don't have enough movement.
You'd need 2 + 5 or 3 + 5.
So why don't I just move 2 and add 1 from my rage on its side? I don't know why I'm going to do that. I mean, basically, I'm saving these to maybe do something. Yeah, okay, let's do it that way. I'm gonna.
Yeah, I mean, there's move 3.
Yeah, and then I've got these.
So
if
you
I
move on to here, so we get to reveal our first.
Might allow me enough to do
Mage
something.
Tower enemy. Right, can you see that from there?
For defense,
I'll put it on your playboard.
3 attack and 5 fame.
We've got 4 new icons.
Is it some kind of ogre? Oh, there's a skull on it and some other stuff.
Yeah, 4 new icons that we need to explain.
Okay.
Which one would you like me to explain first?
What's this nasty looking skull then?
Right, this is brutal.
Okay.
So it does double damage.
Right.
Now what that means is it's attacking you for 3. We'll forget the flame for a minute, right? If it was attacking you for 3, you only need 3 points of block. But if you don't block it, you take 6 points of damage.
Okay.
So it's double damage after you've had a chance to block it. Okay?
Okay.
So let's now talk about the fire attack. So one thing we haven't come across in this game is elemental attacks. All of the attacks that we've seen so far have been physical attacks. This is an elemental attack. That means that you need to block this with the opposing element
Blimey.
Otherwise, any block is halved. So if you have a card that says block 3, that's against this, it's only block 1.5.
Okay.
Right? What you need is ice block.
Right.
Now, if you think about this thematically, the best defense against somebody firing a fireball at you is a wall of ice.
Yeah.
If you think about it thematically, it suddenly makes a lot more sense. So if you had a card that says ice block 3, you're fine. But any other type of block is halved. Okay?
Okay.
So that's that. The last two icons to explain up here are similar. This has physical resistance and fire resistance.
Okay.
So if you attack it with anything,
ouch,
any normal attack, any ranged attack, or a fire attack, it's halved. So what do you think would do full damage to this?
Well, I guess ice. Or
exactly.
Is that the only thing?
Yeah. So ice will do full damage to it. Any other form of attack, well, except for cold fire, will do half damage. So that's what's in the tower. Right? Would you be able to... So what happens if you were to attack that now?
I'd get my ass kicked by the sounds of it.
Yeah. Well, first of all, do you have 3 points of ice block?
I certainly do. Well, not as far as I can tell.
No. Do you have 6 points of normal block?
Potentially, although I'm not sure. I'd need to really get the... I could potentially block... I think that much with these, but I certainly couldn't do the damage.
If you didn't, you'd take 6 damage, which is 3 wounds.
Yeah.
Now, a fundamental part of this game that I've not explained yet, it's okay to take wounds.
Yeah.
If you're looking at this going, oh my god, I'm going to get absolutely, mashed to pieces, I'm not going to fight it. If you were to take 3 wounds, but then be able to kill it, get the 5 fame, score the mage tower, right, it's worth it. So sometimes in this game, you've got to balance it. But to be honest, taking 3 wounds against this would be fine. The question is, can you kill it? If you don't have 4 points of ice attack, you would need 8 points of non-ice attack because it's halved. Now, what does your pure magic do? If you paid white, influence, blue, block. Okay, it doesn't give you any kind of fancy...
No.
Right. So, yeah, you can't kill it with what you've got, I don't think.
Not currently.
You could.
Yeah, but then I couldn't block.
No, you could. No, but you could kill it. You could generate 8 points of attack by using
different. Yeah,
concentration on there.
Yeah,
that is red.
Yeah,
that is 9 attack.
Yeah,
but
I'd have to take the.
You don't have the 5 movement to get onto the mage tower.
No,
but if you did, that would be awesome. Okay, so whilst on the surface it looked like this was terrible, it's going to kill me. Actually, it would have, if you could have moved onto the mage tower, it would have probably been worth it for 3 wounds. But look what you could have won. You don't have the 5, and if you do have the 5 movement, you then haven't got enough to kill it.
I mean, do I run away? Or, because I've got a bunch, I could move a long way, or...
your options are...
I could move myself over to the village. The village is going to replenish, is it, in the night time?
We are going to get new cards. Whether they have got a village on them or not, we don't know.
Yeah, okay.
Your other option is that you just move to here, explore to get some more fame, and then leave your options open for night time. And in night time, you get a new hand of cards. You could sneak back in and get rid of it.
Yeah, and is it going to be night now anyway? So
it's getting near night time.
So okay, so this can be a green mana.
That can be green mana, and
so I need 5 to move into the desert. There,
5 to move onto the desert, and then it would be another 2 to explore. I mean, yeah, you might just want to leave this behind because you never know what's here. There might be really, really good stuff here.
So I probably then, I guess, want to boost this so that I get more move. Well, hold on. If I get lots and lots of move, so if I get
That would be 9. If you did concentrate on that, that would be 9 movement.
So that would get me onto the desert, and then I would be able to explore, would I?
5 to the desert. In fact, you could just go this way.
Oh, yeah, that's
true. If you wanted to. The idea of going here and exploring is that then you stay here, because then next turn you might want to go for that. But actually, you might think, no, I'll tell you what, let's just leave this behind and let's go up here.
Well, the thing is, I can have 9 movement.
Yeah, you could.
These cards are gonna, go anyway.
Uh-huh.
So why don't I go and go into the desert tile and then explore there?
If you're going to explore with the idea of moving on, you probably want to go here. Because that's only 3 instead of 5.
Right, I see what you mean.
So that gives you more
Fine.
movement.
Yeah, okay, let's do that.
Can't I use this? Oh yeah, you've got this as well.
Yeah, yeah. So I mean, I ought to use that before the.
You want to use that?
That's going to replenish, right, in the night.
Yeah.
So I'll
take white mana. You might not end up using that.
Yeah, but
you got a green crystal.
Yeah. So I'll do that, and yeah, okay. So I've done that, and I'm exploring. So I'm going that way, and I'll explore.
Give yourself 1 fame for the explore.
The fame is the bottom one.
Fame is the bottom one. Yeah. Okay, you found. Surprise, surprise! It's tile number 6. So we have an orc. This time it is Wolf Riders. We'll come to them in a minute. We also have a red crystal mine, which we know what that does.
Yeah.
We also have a monster den.
Okay.
Possibly one of the most confusing aspects in the game to explain to you now. This is what's called an adventure site.
Okay.
Adventure sites are safe spaces. You can go onto this site. It is totally and utterly safe. You will not get attacked.
Okay, even though it's a monster den.
If you want to, when you are on this space, as an action, you can go into the monster den to fight a monster. But the point is, this is a safe space. You can move on here. You will not get attacked. Okay? Right. You've still got 6 movement left.
So it's a hill, so I can move.
You could move onto there, and then you could move onto there.
But I'll get into a fight.
You would get into a fight, or you could go there and then there, which again is a safe space. You've moved into the area of control and out of, so you won't get attacked. Or you might want to attack this.
No, I don't want to attack it right now. I haven't got anything.
You've got that card left.
Yeah.
Can't attack it with the noble manners.
I think, I guess if I move too far, I'm going to, I might just move in between the keep and the orc, and then, the keep that isn't going to attack me, is it? So it's kind of up to me whether or not I get into a fight.
Keep your options open for next time?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. So you're all done.
That's it. That's all I can do, isn't it?
So the gold mana goes, the white mana goes. Those go to your discard pile.
And is there any? Yeah, you've still got a turn.
I'm still in. Yay! Awesome.
Nice rolling, Andy.
You have 1 card left. Right.
I do.
My go. I have no cards in my deck. I could declare end of day if I wanted to. That would mean your next turn is your last turn. I'm pretty sure that your next turn is your last turn anyway, so I'm not going to do that.
Oh right, I thought it was going to be anyway. So
I think your next turn will be your last turn because you've got 1 card in hand.
Yeah. Sorry, I thought it was getting rid of the pile was going to trigger the night rather than.
So if at the start of your turn you have no cards in hand and no cards in your deck, you must declare end of day.
Okay.
If you have no cards in the deck, you may declare end of day. Right. Now I've just drawn. Oh hello. I've just drawn concentration with my battle versatility. So this is one of Arethea's strong points. That is, it's siege attack 4. So I said ranged attack can't be used against fortified enemies? Siege attack can.
Right.
Siege attack is 1 step better. Concentrate with that is siege attack 4. And I need...
So this is something you've just got in your hand, or have you just...
Yeah, this is my special card.
Okay, cool.
And I need 5. So I can't get there. Oh. I mean, I can still try and attack it. I could still kill it. I'd take some damage. I might do this, I might do this. Let's have a look at what we've got. We've got gold mana in the source. I've got this. I'm totally going to do this.
You're going to take the keep.
I think I'm going to try and take the keep. So as long as I've got 5 attack, I can kill it, even if I take some damage, which I'm going to do. Yeah. So I need 3 movement to get there. One, two. I need that to heal. 3 movement. These are all good cards. I need 5 attack. There's 2. This is painful. Let's work this out. That plus that could be 5 attack. No, I don't need that. I don't need that. That plus that is 5 attack. I need 3 movement.
What's the thing? Do you not need the siege attack? Isn't that?
No. I'm going to take the damage from it. This is me now working backwards. Once I've taken the damage from it, how am I going to deal it 5 damage? Because I can't kill it in the siege phase.
Oh, right.
So, yeah, I'm working backwards. That's the 5 damage that I deal to it. The 6 damage it deals to me, I'm just going to take. But then I need 3 movement points to get there, which I can easily do. I've got this. I kind of want that for that. I can't believe I'm using these cards for what I'm going to use them for. It seems such a waste. But there's no point me delaying because I don't have any cards in my deck. So this is the best chance I've got. Nothing I do. You know, if there was another bit of time, I might just stay, discard some cards and draw some other ones till I've got the right ones. But this is it. This is my cards. So that's one option. If I use that as movement and that as movement, then it hits me. I then have 2 attack plus 4 attack. So there's the movement, there's the attack. I've got 2 cards in hand. I think that's probably better. Yeah, that's better. Right, I think that's what we're doing. So move 2 plus 1 from sideways moves me onto the keep. So that's an assault. So I lose 1 reputation because people don't like us attacking them. Now I have to fight it. Do I have 5 points of siege attack? I do not. So I take 6 damages coming in. I'm not going to block it. So I'm taking 6 damage. I can't put any on the peasants because they're wounded. So I have to take 3 wounds. Okay. So if you can pass me 3 wounds. We haven't actually explained wounds yet. But these are in my hand. They are dead cards. And I will tell you the most important rule about wounds. Whenever any card that you've got says discard a card, it should say discard a card except wounds.
Right.
So although they are cards, they don't count as cards unless the effect specifically says including wounds. Now I use the gold mana on there for attack 4 plus that. I've killed it. So it's dead. I get 4 fame. Okay, and you might be wondering what all of these shield tokens are for.
Yeah.
That is my keep.
Oh, right.
Okay, so if you look on your little achievement scoring thing, at the end of the game, I'm going to get some points for that.
Okay.
Because that's my keep. Also, I can recruit any card with that icon on.
Okay.
Okay, and also, if I am in my keep or adjacent to my keep, my hand size goes up by 1. Because they are bringing me food or whatever. So there's a lot of advantages to having a keep. It is still my go. I haven't finished. So I'm going to play this to heal. Now, healing is not something we've mentioned yet. So let's just zoom in. But this card allows me to heal 1 or draw a card, or if I boost it, heal 2 or draw 2 cards. So heal 1 can either heal 1 wound from my hand and you throw it away. In other words, it goes back to the deck. Or I could heal a level 1 unit by 1 wound. So one of the things on the units, if you look at the unit, that is the level of the unit. So 1 point of healing will heal that unit for 1. If it was a level 2 unit, it would require 2 points of healing to heal it for 1. I don't care about the peasants. I'm actually going to use that to heal 1 of my own wounds.
Okay.
So that's that gone. And then I'm going to play Swift Bolt to gain a white crystal to my inventory. Okay. That is my turn done. Those cards go there. That goes there. I re-roll this. It's black.
It's fully night.
It's fully night. Now, that doesn't actually trigger the end of the day. If we still had cards left, we'd still be playing.
But, you know... Yeah, I'm not going to do anything.
It is your go.
Yeah,
so
but you know, I can't do anything.
You're going to declare end of round.
Yeah.
I don't do anything. That is the end of the day. Okay, so what we do is we take our entire deck, cards in hand, discard pile, everything, give it a reshuffle.
Not the...
Your units refresh. My unit refreshes, but it can't be used now. Okay, because it's wounded. I've actually got a level up to do as well.
Yeah.
Because I'm now level 3, I basically flip that over. I can now command 2 units. Okay, it's all starting to get good.
And we reactivate our...
Reactivate your once per round skills.
And do I still have this? Or
Nope, because that's a daytime tactic. Now, the other thing we probably should have done when we encountered the Mage Tower was do this.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't. Probably should have done, but because if you defeat a Mage Tower, you get a spell.
Okay.
Right. We need to remove the bottom card from the advanced action offer, slide everything down, put the new card in. We need to remove the advanced action from the monastery and put a new one in. Yep. We need to get rid of those 2 units.
Where do they go?
Just over somewhere. Yep. And draw 4 new ones. Again, it's number of players plus 2.
More peasants. More peasants.
Battle versatility with mana was 4 attack. Yes. Sarja is saying it would value a crystal over a wound. But I got the crystal. Did I play that right? I think I played that right.
I think you played it right.
I think I played it right.
Yeah.
It was 5 attack because of my skill.
Somebody said that I might have been able to explore twice but I don't think
You might have been able to get to here and then throw another card away for there, but I think you wanted to stay there to give you the flexibility.
Yeah, I mean that's right, absolutely.
Right. So my hand size is 6 because of my keep.
Oh, nice.
So yours is 5. So you pop your deck back there and you draw 5.
And so we don't have those cards.
The tactics cards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's nighttime.
Right. Okay.
So that means we have nighttime tactics. Whoever is lowest in fame chooses first.
Which is me.
Which is you. Yeah, because I managed to sneak in with that. Does a unit have to specifically indicate physical resistance to absorb physical damage? Says Michael. I'm not sure what you mean by absorb. Andy can use the foresters to absorb any kind of damage. So, have a look at the board situation. Do you desperately need to go before me?
No, I don't think so.
Because we are right next to each other.
I mean, you're just going to... I would have thought you're just going to explore. I mean, whereas I'm kind of... have another look at that. What actually is that orc called?
It is a Wolf Rider, and the Wolf Rider has swiftness. So this icon here means it's got swiftness. What that means is it's 3 attack, it's harder to block. So it would require 6 block if you wanted to block it, but if you didn't block it, it's still only 3 damage. So it's the opposite of brutal.
And you can't add a thing to ranged attack with...
A sideways card is only ever 1 normal attack.
I've got no blocking at the moment, although I've got my Foresters, they can block anyway. Yeah, okay, cool. So I guess I'm happy for you to go first, really. So
is that the one that allows you to save up?
Put the top card of your deck.
Yeah. So basically, with that card, what you do is on your turn, for the first few turns, you take a card and you put it under there. Then next turn, you take a card, put it under there. Next turn, take a card, put it under there. Next turn, take all of the cards from under there and have an awesome turn.
Okay.
When you're playing against the cities, which is kind of what the main game is about, sparing power is amazing because to attack a city, you need loads of stuff.
But you do it.
The chat would like to see the
unseen.
spell offer, so I am gonna reveal the spell offer. But
you do this unseen. You don't see the card you're putting under it. I'll give it a go.
Okay, so you've got sparing power, so I can have free choice of these, and I will be going before you.
Yeah, that's a good
preparation is awesome. It's like it's the Dark Tutor. It's a tutor. Surely that's good. Oh, we re-roll the source as well. Yeah, that's fine. Now, it's night time. So in night time, gold is depleted. Gold cannot be used during the night, but black is not a wild card at night. Black is used to power up the bottom effect of spells.
Okay.
I'm going to take... Now, let's have a look at my cards. Am I happy with the cards that I've got? Or what have we got in the offer? Oh, we got some Mutant Crossbowmen. Love myself some Mutant Crossbowmen. I think. No, do we have what? Yeah, okay. So I'm gonna take Long Night. That's the card I'm going to take. Right, so I'm going first, and I think we're ready to start. I think we've done everything. We've reset everything, so we're going to be good to go. I am not moving. So I am staying here, and I am recruiting. And I'm going to use the white from the source to make a promise for influence 4. Now, unfortunately, because of my reputation, I have to -1, so that's 3. How many do I need? 6. Right, forget that. Change plan. I'm going to use Mana Pull. So I take 2 mana dice from the source and set them to any colour except gold. So I'm going to take these 2. I'm going to set them to any colour except gold. So I'm going to set 1 to green, which is possibly going to help you, but I wouldn't know what was in your hand. And 1 to white. I gain a mana token of each of these colours. So I gain a green and a white. Do not re-roll these dice when returned to the source. Okay. Then I'm going to use the... No, not white, blue. Then I'm going to use the green.
So how are you able to just turn that over?
So my Mana Pull, this is a special card for me.
Okay.
It allows me to take 2 dice from the source, set them to any colour I want.
Right, wow.
And then take mana of those colours.
Okay.
But then those go back as they are. So I gained a blue and a green. I'm going to use the green to concentrate on a promise, which is influence 6. Minus my 1 is 5. stamina sideways for 6 to recruit the Uton crossbowman. Because I can have space for 2 units, I have space for a second unit. Then I'm going to use the blue mana to play Crystallize to get myself a green crystal. Done. So those go back as they are. That rolled. It's gold. Crystals go. That goes. All of these go. 1 card in hand. Discard. I draw up to my hand size, which is still 6 because I am still in my keep. So 2, 6. You'll go.
If I were to challenge the orcs, do I have to move into the forest?
No.
Okay.
So the orcs, you never move onto their space. You literally just say, as my action, I'm going to challenge the orcs. Remember, you could move to here, and that would cause a fight with the orcs. The difference
and I'd still
being,
have an action left.
No, that would be your action. The difference being, you end your turn and you're on a red crystal mine, and you'll get a red crystal. So if you had movement to spare, you'd probably want to do that rather than staying where you are.
And the hills, so it's 3.
I'm going to put a link in the chat to the Kickstarter campaign for the mats that we're currently using. And since we've been playing for a bit, a big thank you to all of my Patreon supporters who help fund the channel. As I mentioned at the start, this is not a sponsored video. Powerplant Games have kindly given me some of the playmats when they do come out to give away to Patreon supporters. So if you are a Patreon supporter of mine, please check your email. I sent everybody an email yesterday. And there's a link in there to a contest where you can win these mats. So yeah, thank you very much to Powerplant Games for supporting me by giving me the mats to give away. And also, these are pre-production copies. These are not the final mats. They are being tweaked and redesigned. Okay.
I think I'm probably just going to challenge.
Yeah.
But just to check how Crystallize works, to get the bottom part, do you...
So I'll reword Crystallize for you.
Yeah.
Convert a mana into a crystal of the corresponding colour. If it's blue, you can choose any colour you want. So if you take white, you have to get a white crystal. If you choose blue, you can get any crystal.
Yeah, actually it's... Not. Yeah, the decision making in this game, I'm definitely not on top of it. I don't think.
It's your first game.
So
this is quite normal. People have been playing this game for years.
So it's like
Oh, you've got that.
Yeah.
So start of your turn.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Stick a card underneath it. There you go.
So I'm challenging it, and I'm basically trying to decide whether So I'm gonna. It's gonna. I can't. I'm not going to attack it with a ranged weapon, right? So
right.
It's then going to attack me, which
because it's got swiftness, you would need 6 block, or you just take some damage.
Oh right. Okay.
I don't think you can easily get 6 block, and then you would need 4 attack to kill it.
I mean, I feel like I can do these things.
You can. It's whether it's worth spending cards for 6 block when you just take a bit of damage. Because those cards you're using for 6 block, you're going to need for other things later in this round.
Yeah, I guess I had assumed that I was blocking 3. I suppose there's the thing you were saying you can unwind your decisions until...
Absolutely. Yeah, until any new information has been revealed. And I'll tell you what, there is no new information going to be revealed for you this turn. So literally you can play it out. And this is one of the things about this game. Is this is not a game where you sit there staring at your cards and working out the puzzle in silence, because that leads to 10 minutes of downtime.
Yeah. And
everybody gets bored. What you do in this game is literally you play it out, you explain to people what you're doing, you then realise that's not going to work, you undo it, you do it again, and eventually you'll work out how you do it. It's much better to do that.
That kind of sucks, because I feel like I should be able to...
Jack is here. Thank you very much, Jack. Is it Jack? Or JSEC. I can't read because it's chosen a dark blue colour and I can't read it. Oh, I can just read it there. Yeah, thank you very much for watching.
I feel like I'm still going to do it, but I'm going to block 5, 3 with my Foresters, 2 with my Rage.
Right.
And then use, I guess I need, in order to use the Swiftness,
You need 6 block or none at all.
Oh, right, I see.
There's no such thing as a partial block in this game.
Right.
Here's me thinking.
Yeah.
Use the Foresters.
Yeah.
Move 2. Use that move 2 to move onto the hills.
Yeah.
Because they reduce the cost to 2. Don't block this, but use them to soak up all of the damage. Because it's 3 attack.
Okay, yes.
They get wounded.
I've forgotten about that.
You're not touched.
Okay.
The downside is the Foresters are wounded. But you don't take any damage from that.
And so I wouldn't be able to use them once they're wounded.
Correct, you'd have to heal them. But
right.
That's why I'm saying use them first, then they get wounded. If it was the other way around, if you got them wounded, you then wouldn't be able to use them.
Yeah, okay, that sounds like a plan. Thanks, Paul.
That's all right. And that's not the best thing to do. That's just one of a dozen different options. So use that to move to there. That provokes these. So you can't do 4 points of ranged siege. So you take... Do you have 6 points of block?
No.
So you take 3 damage.
On the Foresters.
But because they've got 4, it's just 1 wound. It's always only ever 1 wound. The only reason these got 2 is because it was poison.
Okay.
Poison is 2 wounds. So the Foresters are wounded. Now, if that was attack 5, it would have been 4 on there, and then 1 would have come through to you.
Okay.
But because theirs was 4, that soaked up all the damage. Right, now you can do 4 attack on it, and it's gone. Yeah, Foresters are quite possibly the best unit from a wound economy perspective. That 4 armor is really good.
This is why I want to use crystallizers, because I want a red crystal or a red mana in order to use Rage.
Mm-hmm.
Or the other option is to use...
Stab it with an arrow.
But I need a white one, which is why I would do that. But yeah, I'll do that. And
so that gets you a green crystal and a white mana.
Yeah, so the crystal and a white mana. So I use the white mana on this.
For ranged attack 3, but forgetting the word ranged.
Yeah.
So you need 1 more. So your Noble Manners is great as an influence card.
But I'm not anywhere near any influencing.
So you're taking the... If you keep it, you're taking the chance that you're going to find a way to use your influence. Otherwise, it's a sideways card.
Yeah, I guess I'm gonna use it sideways for now.
So there's the attack. Done.
Yeah.
It is dead. 1 reputation and 3 fame. Is that a ding?
Yeah, it is a ding. So that goes
there.
And that's all we do for that one.
You are done.
Okay.
So those cards go.
Those cards go.
You may discard any number of other cards from your hand.
I'm going to keep
and
these
then you draw
for
back
now.
up to your hand size. Okay. Right. My go. What am I going to do? That is the good question. What do we have in the source? Did you use anything from the source?
I didn't use anything from the source, no. I mean, I suppose I could have done, possibly, to gain a crystal.
Did you want to crystallise while you were doing it? You might as well.
Yeah.
So just have a crystal of any colour.
Yeah.
Any basic colour. There's no such thing as gold or black crystals.
Okay, I guess I'll have a red.
And do you want to re-roll that? This is a good time to mention another rule. You can only ever have 3 crystals of each colour.
Okay.
So I'll tell you that while you're on 2 green. 4 crystals of the same colour in the same backpack and it blows up. So we don't want that. It causes a right mess. Okay. Let's have a look at what I'm doing. I'm going to save my tranquility for my wounds when they come out, because I have 2 wounds in this deck, which are going to hurt me. It's night time. There's a monster den. I've got lots of movement. I think I'm going to move. I'm going to use the blue for stamina to move 4. Oh, and you get a red crystal for the crystal mine. Thank you.
Cheers. Oh, well, that means I'm over the top, though.
No. 3 crystals of each colour.
Oh, right, okay.
I have done it once. I've played this game a lot, and in one game I managed to get 12 crystals. 3 of each colour. Anyway, I'm moving 4. My first 2 are going to be to explore. So let's have myself a fame. 1 to 11. And we've got tile number 7. So tile number 7 has another monastery on it. So could you get another advanced action and pop it into the offer? So those cards can be learnt at the monastery, either of the monasteries. We have another orc. And we've drawn another diggers. And we've drawn a dungeon. Now a dungeon, again, it's an adventure site. So it's like the monster den. It's a safe space. You can go on there. You can have a party. You can sing a song, do a dance, whatever. But then as an action, you can go down the dungeon, fight a monster and get some treasure. But that is a voluntary thing if you want to do it. You can move on there, end your turn there. It's completely safe. Well, I have 2 movement points left. So I am absolutely moving to there. Now, the question is, do I want to go down the dungeon? And the answer is yes, because I have these cards. So I'm feeling confident I'm going to go down the dungeon. So again, dungeon, like everything else in the game, there's a reference. And I think it says, while it's unconquered, as an action, I can go down there. Yep.
Yes, you can.
Right. Now, dungeons, the fight is treated as if it was at night time, even if it's not night time, and your units can't go with you. You are going down the dungeon on your own, but you get the fame for killing the monster, and you get treasure if you manage to defeat it. And again, it's random. I don't know which monster I'm going to get, but I'm going to do it. We're going down the dungeon, and we found... That's fine. That's absolutely fine. It's a big, nasty worm, but the worst case is I take 2 wounds. Now, unfortunately, I was hoping to kill it in ranged combat, because I've got all my ranged combat, but I can't kill it in ranged combat. So, and I can't use my units because they refuse to come with me. So it's 6 points of damage unless I block it, which I'm not going to do. But thankfully my armour is now 3. So 6 divided by 3, I take 2 wounds.
What's the deal with them refusing to come with you?
They just, units don't come with you. It's not so much refusing to come with you. It's a small dungeon with like 5-foot corridors. And this is a unit of crossbowmen.
Okay.
They can't fit down there. I think that's right. Yeah, no units.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, no units. So I've got 2 wounds, and now I just need to deal 6 damage to it. Which will be... How are we going to do this? Well, there's 2. And then... Do I just improvise? What am I going to do next turn? That's a very good question. Because right now, there's a swamp, there's a monastery, there's a healing glade in a forest, and it's night time, and moving through a forest at night is not the easiest thing. I think I'm going to burn through my deck because I've got this. So yeah, I do want to burn through my deck quick. So we're going to improvise with red, which is going to have to be a crystal. I'm using a lot of crystals this turn. With March for attack 5, plus 2 is 7, dead. So the monster's dead. I get 5 fame. Oh, ding. And if you have a look on the reward for the dungeon, I think I roll some mana dice.
Sorry, I lost it altogether. Marauding Orcs. Dungeon. I mean, do you want to have a look?
Yeah, so I roll the mana dice. If I get gold or black, I get a spell. If I get anything else, I get an artifact. I haven't even mentioned artifacts yet. Most powerful cards in the game.
Okay.
Let's see what we get. It's an artifact.
Oh, wow.
Okay, so I'm going to get an artifact, but that was the roll to determine what I got, not to determine what dice that is going to be. So I found an artifact. You get the rewards, again, when it's not your turn. I've still got other things to do. I'm going to play that for a white crystal, and I'm going to play that with a green crystal to heal 2 wounds. That's still in hand. That goes. That goes. That goes. That goes. That goes. Right, so you could now be starting your turn, but I'm actually going to go through the process of what I've just got, and I'm going to go to it.
Fine.
I'm going to explain artifacts. I just want to double check that the rewards for combat come before leveling up or after leveling up. I think they come before leveling up. Chat, tell me if I've got it wrong, but I think the rewards for combat come before leveling up. In this particular case, it's not going to matter, but it might. So, artifacts. We have another deck of cards over there, which are artifacts. And whenever you get an artifact, you draw 2 of them, and you keep one, and then you put the other one to the bottom. I think that's right. Artifacts. Have we not found any ruins yet? No, we haven't. We must be finding some ruins soon. Reception.
I guess so. The Monster Den is a similar procedure to the dungeon.
It's not as dangerous.
Okay.
It is definitely not as dangerous. There are the rules for a Monster Den, but the rewards are not as high. Gaining artifacts. Happens at the end of your turn. Draw 2 cards, look at them, choose one, put the other one on the bottom. Yeah, thought so. So these are my 2 artifacts. Let's have a look. Let's have a look what we've got. Combat rewards first. I thought so. That one can go to the bottom. So that goes on top of my deck. And then I do a level up. So the first thing is I get a skill. I'm taking that one. I think. Oh, hang on. There's a monastery nearby. And it's night time. Nope, taking that one. So that goes there. And then I get, which one of these do I want? Well, I have got lots of white. It's going to be... I think it's going to be Song of Wind. So that goes there. That slides down. We get a new card. And then I draw back up to my hand size. Now, I am still next to my key, so my hand size is still 6. 3,
okay.
4, 5, 6.
So
that's what's called an awesome turn.
Did look pretty awesome.
Yeah.
So I guess I hadn't really picked up. I picked up the thing about the safe space, but I hadn't picked up the kind of extra engagement. So I'm going to go try the Monster Den. I guess it's
so
not
you need
not
3
quite as
movement to get there.
Not quite as exciting. Yeah.
That's the artifact that I took.
I guess I'll start then. I guess as soon as we see what's in there, then I can't undo this.
Correct. So if this is going to be your mana die that you're spending this turn. I mean, you've got some red and green crystals.
Yeah.
So it's pretty good.
Yeah, I will. I'm going to need...
I'll just tell you this now.
Yeah.
You could attack my keep. Okay.
Right.
It is an option.
Okay.
Remember, we're not friends.
No.
We used to be, but then, there was that incident with the, with the parrot. If you attack my keep, you fight... It counts as an assault. You lose a reputation, etc. You fight a random grey enemy, but if you win, that becomes your keep. instead of mine. Okay? You can't move onto that space because it's my keep. Unless you're assaulting it. I'm just letting you know that is an option.
And the random... Yeah, the random energy enemy would be
a grey enemy.
Okay,
yeah.
Which is...
No, I said that. I said that from memory. I think that's right. Again, it's been a while since I played it, but everything is on these references. Other players keep, can be assaulted. If owner is not present, draw a random grey enemy. They are fortified. Oh, you only get half the fame for defeating them. But yeah, there you go. It is an option.
God, that's really annoying. I guess for now I'm going to do that and then spend that on its side, I think. Or no, actually I'm going to use those two.
So move 4.
Yeah.
Okay. And you're going to use 3 of it to move to there.
Yeah. And then
as your action,
going to explore the...
You go around the monster den. So we draw a random brown monster. It's another Medusa.
Okay.
I bet you're glad you kept that determination.
Yeah. So I need to be able to block 6.
You need to block 6 or you lose all of the cards in your hand. But work back. Are you going to be able to kill it? Yes. Oh my god, you can just do it.
So if I block with that?
Sorry, wrong thing.
Block with that and then attack with that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
There you go. That's the puzzle. So you can't kill it with ranged. You need to block 6 or it's going to paralyse you. You've got block 5 with the blue mana from the source. That card sideways for block 6. Red crystal for attack 4. Killed it. 5 fame. Nice.
And then I do
and
whatever.
The rewards is...
mark the spaces conquered with your shield token.
Yeah, that's yours.
And
and I should have marked
and get 2 random mana crystals as a reward. Roll a mana die 2 times.
I've got some spare mana dice actually.
Somewhere. I mean, I could use this one.
Yeah, you just use that one twice. So blue and gold. I think you get a fame instead.
If gold is rolled, you choose the colour you gain.
Color. Yeah. So you get a blue and one of something else.
I guess I'll get a white.
Yeah. Dual Medusas, determination both times in hand. Yeah.
And that's that.
That's that.
Then, and that I now need to re-roll that.
That goes back.
And then these go in my.
And they're all gone.
Discard.
Your turn. Done.
And.
But it's not bad. It's not bad. Did you level up?
And no, I didn't.
Just short of it. Okay, so if you want to draw.
Yeah.
So, I have an artifact. It's time to explain how artifacts work. Artifacts have a top ability and a bottom ability. Yeah, I think that's right.
Sorry, I think I did do sparing power and just...
You did,
yeah.
So artifacts have a top ability and a bottom ability, but unlike all of the other cards, the bottom ability does not cost mana to use. Instead, if you use the bottom ability, then what you do is you take the card out of its sleeve and you rip it up. No, it destroys the artifact. Okay, please don't rip up my card. So the artifacts are the most powerful cards in the game. The top ability is awesome. The bottom ability is super awesome. But if you use the bottom ability, then it's gone.
Did I really miss a sparing power? I thought I'd done it.
No, I think it's done too. Yeah, it was probably off camera because I was getting excited and I had my hand on screen. So
sorry.
Throw away an action card from your hand. Gain an advanced action card from the advanced actions offer that is the same colour as the card that you threw away. Throwing away is removed from the game.
Yeah.
So I could basically get rid of swiftness in order to take agility. I might just keep that. It's really funny when you end up playing an artifact sideways for one move. I've done it so many times.
I suppose if you don't want to use it at that particular point.
So I had a plan to use my new Dark Influence skill that I've just gained to head on over to the monastery and do some... Oh God, the savage monks are there. Oh, this is so good. I need to move. Right, so I am playing Song of Wind. So this is actually quite funny, this. You'll like this. I think.
Not a lot.
Because Song of Wind, if I power it up, is move 2, but the move cost of planes is reduced by 2 to a minimum of 0.
Okay.
So literally,
jump.
Anywhere I want on the planes and still have 2 movement left.
Well, I guess it does what it says on the tin. You're
Exactly.
basically flying around.
And if I had blue mana as well, I could put that in and travel over lakes. But that uses the white mana from the source, and I'm... Oh, it's fine, because there isn't red. Yeah, so that's what I'm doing. I'm using the improved version of Song of Wind. So the move cost of planes is 0. So I'm going to go to here. And I've still got 2 movement left. So I'm going to explore.
Nice.
Right, we have found the last of the countryside tiles. Countryside tile number 8. I'm going to have to move the map a bit. And we have a village, we have an orc, and we have our first ruins. So we haven't seen one of these yet, but this is a ruins tile. At daytime, it would be revealed, no matter where you are, because it's nighttime, it's not revealed. It's only revealed at nighttime, I think, if you go onto its space. Or if it becomes daytime, then it will automatically get revealed. Okay, this is first reconnaissance. I'm teaching Andy how to play the game and loving it. So, I gain a fame for exploring. But I have no movement points left. But I am on a monastery. So what I am going to do on that monastery... So there are things that you can do on a monastery. You can heal. Now, we didn't mention healing at a village, which you could do, but neither of us were wounded, so I kind of didn't mention it. But you can heal at a monastery. 2 influence for 1 point of healing. So I could ask them to heal me for 2 influence. You can spend 6 influence to learn one of the advanced actions, which is in the offer because of that. Or you can burn the monastery down. So one of the things, one of the things that Mage Knight is famous for is the fact that you go around burning down monasteries. You lose 3 reputation. You fight a random purple enemy. Your units refuse to help. But if you win, you get an artifact.
Okay.
Okay? Very, very thematic. I'm not going to be doing that right now. I might next turn. Right now, I am going to talk to the nice monks. And I am going to use my 3 points of influence from my skill, because it's night time. Minus my 1 from my reputation. So it's 2. I've got 2 points of influence. That is nowhere near enough. I need a red crystal. Can I borrow one of your red crystals, please?
No.
I'll give you back tomorrow.
It's...
Mage Knight, the trading game.
I need it.
Oh, this is no good. This is no good. Okay, so I'm going to use my 3 influence from my skill, minus 1 from my reputation for 2 influence. And I wanted to recruit the Savage Monks. Or I wanted to learn Intimidate. I really wanted to learn Intimidate, but I've no red. So I'm just going to use that 2 influence to heal a wound. There you go. Wound has gone back. That offer for me is rubbish. But I think I'm going to do it. I'm going to use the Book of Wisdom. To throw away an action card from my hand. So that's gone. To gain an advanced action from the advanced actions offer that is the same colour as the action you threw away. To gain agility. So that goes into the top of my deck. That's done. I got 2 cards in hand. I am done. Black. Those go to my discard pile. And I draw Am I near my keep? I am not near my keep, so my hand size drops down to 5. Your go.
You've got all the fun stuff over your side
I
of the
do.
map. I
Yeah.
feel like, I suppose if I do some exploration, then I'm going to have the end tiles.
The city is
Yeah.
in one of these 3 tiles. As soon as we find the city, that's pretty much the objective done. We play to the end of that turn, I think, and then we do the scoring.
I mean, it's a lot of fun. I mean, I just want to roam around kicking things
exactly,
ass.
yeah.
So it's almost like I don't want it to end. But on the other hand, I'm quite far away from doing stuff. I mean, I could. Is it only the keep I can attack, or also is it the dungeon as well?
Can't attack the dungeon.
No.
No,
Okay.
the dungeon has been cleared out. I don't think you can go down a dungeon again. Let me just check. Some of them you can go down. Oh, you can. So you could go down the dungeon. You fight a random brown enemy with the same limitations, but the treasure is gone. So you would go down the dungeon, you'd fight the enemy, you'd get the fame for fighting the enemy, but you wouldn't get the artifact or spell that I did.
So what's the movement like at night?
It's on here or it's on your reference card. So forest is good. Is bad at night. It's 5.
The hills are still the same.
Hills are still the same.
And the desert is easier.
Desert is easier. Yeah.
Oh, there they are. It's only down to 3. Yeah, I was thinking about having a fight. I was also like, I'm not hard enough to kill that whatever it is, fire monster.
This one. Plus, it's all the way back here. If you did go back here, you'd then have to get back up here
to get into the glade. Though, I need
5.
5. I need 5. I mean, that's doable. The thing I haven't picked up from the concentration is if I were to play it, would I also need the mana for this one?
It says play it for free.
Yeah.
Or it gets the better ability plus 2.
I mean, so that would get me into the glade.
Yeah. With the green. With that is move 6.
Yeah. So, oh yeah, I've got my sparing power. I was thinking.
Do you want to put a card underneath it this
Well,
turn?
the thing is, I've only got 2 left. So if I,
next turn, you'll have 9 cards or something.
Well, it depends how many I've got left over.
Yeah. Okay.
So I might actually.
You're going to use the sparing power at the start of your turn. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. So we can get rid of that card now. Don't need that.
And then.
You got the pure magic. Well, that's going to open up some options for you.
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm still gonna go to the glade and challenge the orc thing there.
So you got 6 movement, you're using 5 of it to move to there.
Yeah.
If you had 1 more movement,
well, I've got March.
You could explore.
So I mean, I guess I can add that. So I can explore that before I then challenge.
Yeah.
Challenge.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, okay.
So you've still got 1 movement point left after this. Would you like to draw the top tile? Is it the city? It is not the city. Okay, so we have core tile number 3. We have a white crystal mine. We have another mage tower. We have a tomb.
Okay.
It's a more dangerous version of a dungeon.
Okay.
Okay, that's basically what that is. And we have another ruins, which is there.
There's a cat trying to get out the window.
There you go, he's got up there.
Okie doke.
So you've still got 1 movement left.
Which isn't going to get me anywhere unless I do something. I got improvisation, and I've also got.
If you're planning to fight that, you need to work backwards and make sure you've got enough to be able to kill it.
So what do we got there?
You've got pure magic in hand. So
yeah. How much do I need?
Cube's got to disappear. Thank you very much for joining in.
Yeah. So I mean, I can definitely block that with improvisation, just straight.
If you wanted to block it, if you didn't, it's just 1 wound.
And I'm in the glade,
which you would heal at the end of your turn. We haven't mentioned healing, but at the end of your turn in a glade, specifically, it's not healing, right? Because healing allows you to heal units. So the rules are, if you are in a glade at the end of your turn, you may throw away 1 wound from your hand or your discard pile. So it's kind of like healing, but technically not healing.
Okay. So, I mean, I may as well not block then. So all I would need to do is deal it
3 points of attack.
Which I could do without using any of this fancy stuff. So, I mean, I could keep hold of... I could just kill...
That's what I'm saying. If you manage to generate another 2 movement now, you could move to there. Oh, but then you'd... Yeah, okay.
Go on, what are you saying?
I was thinking you could go there. That would provoke it, and you'd get a white crystal at the end of your turn. But then you'd be stuck with the wound.
Yeah. So yeah, I think I'll just challenge it. And then,
so you don't have 3 points of siege.
No.
No.
But I'm going
It's attacking you for 3.
Which I'm going to take the wound.
You don't block it. So you take a wound, it goes into your hand.
Goes at...
Hand. Yep. And then you've got to do 3 points of attack on it.
So I do that with rage.
Dead. You get 2 fame and 1 reputation. So ding. Another level up. Oh, look at that. People like you now. Unlike Arathea.
So this
stays in your hand.
But I'm in a glade.
Yeah, so you throw it away at the end of your turn.
But I think that's it then, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
So I just get rid of these.
Get rid of all them.
And then throw the wound away and re-roll this.
Yeah. There is another thing in the game which is not going to happen.
Oh, look at that.
Wow. You can do a thing called rest. So if your hand was full of wounds, there is or almost full of wounds. If you had lots of wounds in your hand, because you can't voluntarily throw away wounds, you can do a thing called rest, which we're not going to cover in this game, but just to let you know that does exist. If you ever want
we need to...
Oh, we should have slowed these down, yeah.
And so I now have to level up. So I mean, but this is where I would do it normally on your turn. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. So
that one is flip that over to either ready a unit or heal a unit, and that one is the opposite of mine. It's basically every single turn you have 3 influence if it was daytime, 2 influence if it was nighttime.
I think I'll take the healing already.
Or you could take one of mine. You cannot take one of your own that you previously decided you didn't want.
Yeah, that's cool. I'm happy with what I got here.
And then you take any one of the advanced actions.
Ah, well, look at this. There's an ice shield. So that would be handy for blocking the that guy if I decided to go down there.
Here, yeah, but
you'd still have to do 8 damage if you couldn't do...
Yeah, if you didn't have ice attack.
Which might be doable. Well, I'll give it a go. I mean, so under normal circumstances, it's just like a normal block. Is that right? An ice block?
Yeah, ice block is just better against fire.
And this now goes
top of your deck.
Top of my deck. So I'm actually not going to clear my...
You're not quite. No. So we need a new advanced action. And you're all done. My go. Now, do I want to burn the monastery down? Or is there red mana? No. I mean, look at that. Black, 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 gold. If I had some spells...
Yeah.
That would be quite nice. I mean, that's a... Yeah. I mean, I've got white. So I think... I mean, we've also got... Oh, hello. We've got a village. I like villages. I like pillaging villages. What have we got to recruit? Peasants. We've got more peasants. I can recruit some peasants to get rid of these peasants. There's a whole host of options here. And I'm debating whether to burn the monastery down or not. Because I don't have any red mana. If I had red mana, that would be great. And there's literally nothing. No mana in the source for us at all. How many cards have I got in my deck? 3. Your deck's running out. How am I doing for actual fame? I'm slightly ahead, and I'm just trying to work out the end game points.
I mean, I don't have much as far as I can tell.
It's close.
Is it?
Yeah, because I'm losing points for my wounds. I'm getting more points for units than you. I'm getting slightly more points on the map than you. Oh, I've got an artifact and an advanced action. So I think I'm winning in terms of points. Not that I'm really bothered about points, but you know. So I think I'm not going to stay and burn the monastery down. Because I don't think... Oh no, I might. I would take an absolute pounding. It just seems weird because I'm not using this. I mean, that's 5 influence. -1 and 1 -4. Yeah. So many choices in this game. So many choices. Okay, so I think... That's brutal. That is a nasty one. So that's 4 points of attack. But if I don't block it, that's 8 damage. But I'd need 6 points of ranged attack because it's got physical resistance. And I can do... How much ranged attack can I do? I can do 2. I can't do enough. Can't do enough. Yeah, okay. So I'm going to use a white crystal to power up agility to give me move 4. And during combat this turn, I can spend any movement points left over for attack. But I'm probably just going to move 2 to here, and then I'm going to spend 2 to explore. It's not the city.
Oh my word.
Okay, so we know that the city
We're
is on
still
the last
alive.
tile. But what we have found is we have found another ruins.
Oh,
and we
back-to-back
found
ruins.
So there is one type of enemy we've not come across, and this is the Draconum. These are the most dangerous ones in the game. So in fact, we haven't done the white ones. These are more powerful versions of the green ones. These are rampaging enemies. They have an area of control, and they're always placed face up. And I'm just going to zoom in for those people watching.
Oh, wow.
Check out that. It is an ice dragon. Okay. It's got 7 armor. It's resistant to physical and ice. It's got 6 points of ice attack, and it paralyzes, but it's worth 8 fame. And we have a keep.
Are we going to be taking on the dragon? Possibly not.
So I have no movement left. Gosh.
Yeah, that's quite a nasty one.
I'm stuck. I don't know what to do now.
If you're willing to play sideways and get the advanced action or the mana.
Yeah, I could have thrown loads of cards sideways and used that to get one of those. But I changed my mind, which is possibly a mistake, because that skill has actually been not good for me now. I don't really want to take the 8 points of damage from the orcs. I mean, I could block it, but then I don't think I've got enough to actually kill it. 2, 4, 6. No, I do. We're going to have to, because otherwise I'm not doing anything. So we're going to stay where we are. We're going to challenge these orcs. I do not have 6 points of ranged or fire or whatever. I'm 1 short. I am actually... Yeah, because that's ranged attack 2. If I had red, that would be ranged attack 3, but I don't have red.
Oh,
so
yeah,
no,
that's why you went...
Yeah,
I spent mine now anyway, you can't borrow it.
Can't borrow it, okay. So it's going to be block. It's 4 points of block. That's all that's needed. So 4 points of block. And then I need to do 6 damage to it, which is 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, I've got this. Yeah, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No. Hang on. This is either 2 points of physical attack or 2 points of fire attack. That is resistant to physical. So here's how it works. This 2 points of fire, all I need, there's one left. So that attack 2 is halved. So the attack 1 from there plus the 2 from there is enough to kill it. Yeah?
Okay.
So because I've forgotten, this is fire attack. It's either physical or fire attack. So I've done it with that 2 and that 1 halved. So I've still got that and I've still got them. And the orcs are dead. I think. Yeah, your skill can be fire attack. So I get 4 fame. 1, 2, 3, 4. And 1 reputation. They don't hate me. And I'm keeping that in hand. And that is my turn done. Did I use a... I didn't use a mana die from the source. I mean...
Not that you can.
Not that I can. Good luck with that.
Good fight.
Okay. Just before you take your turn, my deck is empty. Once this night, if your deed deck is empty, you may shuffle your discard pile, put 3 cards at random back into your deed deck. That's what I'm going to do.
Okay.
You'll go.
Got my ice shield, got some movement.
Oh, that was you drawing up last turn.
Yeah, sorry.
Okay, that's fine.
Sorry, you haven't quite got the sequence straight. Okay, right, well...
So you are on a glade. At night, have a black mana token.
What does that do, sorry?
It's used to power up spells.
Oh, right, well...
We unfortunately, in this playthrough, we haven't seen the spells. We're probably not going to at this stage. We might do, but... 1, 2, 3.
So... I need quite a lot of movement if I'm going to go anywhere.
Yeah.
You
want a link to the playmats? The link to the playmats is coming in the chat right now.
So I think I can play the mana draw and use that to get 2 mana tokens if I choose a particular colour. And then I guess the question
Take a mana die
is...
from the source, set it to any colour and gain 2 mana of that colour.
2 mana tokens of that colour. So
nice.
The thing is, if I get red, then I'll have a potential for an attack from pure magic, and yeah, okay. I'm gonna go for red. Ding.
So you put that on there so that we know not to re-roll it, and you get 2 red mana tokens.
I think then I use one of them to power up improvisation.
Yeah.
So that then gets me 5 movement.
If you discard another card.
Ah!
Yeah.
Bugger.
Remember, improvisation is discard another card to get the move 5.
I don't think I'm going to, because then I was thinking about getting... When does the Mage Tower become visible?
In daytime, if you stand next to it. Because it's nighttime, if you stand next to it, they're asleep.
Right,
so again, all the rules in this game work thematically. So the only way that you're going to see this at nighttime is if you actually assault it, and then it'll be a surprise.
What about with the ruins?
The ruins will be revealed when you enter its space, but the ruins is an adventure site. So the ruins, you can stand on it and it's safe, and we'll see what it is, and then you can choose to interact with it.
And is that the same with whatever this one is?
The keep is the same as the Mage Tower.
No, that one there.
Oh, the dungeon.
Yeah.
Sorry, the tomb. The tomb is an advanced version of a dungeon. So it's a safe space. If you want to go down, you can. And a tomb is...
Okay.
You can't use your units, you fight a random dragon. But if you win, you get a spell and an artifact.
Okay, tomb is tough.
Yeah, tomb is very tough. You're possibly not at the stage of fighting that yet.
I guess I might try and... Oh, no, I need quite a lot of movement to get to the ruins, though. I'd need 9.
3 for the hills, wasteland is 4. No, wasteland is 5.
Is that wasteland?
Wasteland.
It's 4 at the moment.
4 for the wasteland. Okay. And then 4 for another wasteland.
So, I mean...
Oh, there, yeah.
I can't get all the way to the ruins. Oh, I could do if I've got some
Need 10
blue.
So you could not use the improvisation. Take blue mana instead.
Yeah, that's more or less. Yeah, and then I can. Well, no, because then I'd still that wouldn't.
Blue with green.
Oh yeah, I've got.
That's move 11. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, okay, let's do that.
So many combinations. So you change that to blue. You get 2 blue mana.
One there.
One on there with a green for move 7.
And then
the other blue on there.
And that would get me all the way to the ruins.
So you've not used that, but you have used that. So move 11 gets you 1, 2, 3, 7, 11.
So we get to see what's there.
So yeah, let me just check ruins. I think I gave you the sheet for ruins, didn't I? So when revealed, place a yellow token, hit a face up if it is day, face down if it is night. A face down token is revealed at the start of the next day or if someone enters the space. So we now reveal our first ruins in the game. There's different types of ruins. You have found an altar. If you were to spend 3 green mana, you get 7 fame.
I've got... I want that green mana back!
New information has been revealed.
Well, I mean...
Yeah.
Not this time.
Not this time.
Buddy.
No. Now, you've still got 1 movement left. That isn't your action.
I don't have 1 movement left, do I?
Yeah, because you had 11.
But that's 3. I thought that's a wasteland, isn't it?
3, 4, and 4. I can't add up. 3, 4, and 4 is 11.
I could still... Well, yeah, I mean, it would be madness. I could explore.
You could trigger the end of the game and explore.
Yeah, I could.
You could. I don't know whether that's the right thing to do or not. In your situation, you are.
I want some more. Yeah, I think
I'm get some green mana. Stretching.
There's nothing else I can really do. So yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
I'll leave it for now.
Yeah.
I'll call that the end of my turn, and there's nothing much else I can do.
All of that goes. That doesn't get rolled, I believe.
No.
I think it says on there that it doesn't get rolled. Okay, so my go, knowing that you don't have much in the way of cards left. Why have I got Song of Wind in hand? Because I reshuffled the deck.
Pull out my last one now.
You draw that. Do we go back to the monastery?
And I lose this as well, do I?
Yes, yeah.
Bummer.
Do we decide to go back to the monastery and recruit? I think I might.
Oh, man. Okay, no, that's fine.
I think it's probably worthwhile doing that. So we've got blue mana now. I don't need blue mana. I need red. That's what I need. So that would be 2 influence. That would be 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 7. Yeah, I think I'm going to do it. So I'm going to play move 2 to go back to the monastery. I am then going to threaten them just a little bit, not a lot, just a little bit for 2 influence. Plus my skill is 5. Reputation modifier is 0. Sorry, I'm on the wrong view. 2, 5, modified by 0, 6, 7. And I'm going to recruit the Savage Monks. And we're going to get rid of these wounded peasants that have been following me around for the last 16 hours. I'm going to dismiss them. There you go. Now, They are awesome. If you have a look at these Savage Monks, the bottom ability requires green mana. So some units require mana to use. That is it. I draw my remaining 2 cards. Got my artifact again. It's your go. Do you want to declare end of day?
No. Well, what does that mean again?
It means that you don't take a turn.
No, I think I'm going to take...
My next turn is the last turn.
I think I'm going to take a turn.
Okay.
I think...
Flip that over to heal them.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're still spent.
Yeah.
But they are at least now healed.
Oh, they're spent, are they?
They're still spent, yeah.
So if I get into the Mage Tower, like I'm in a fight.
You're in a fight and you fight it. And the chance of you...
I mean, I got nothing.
No.
So actually, maybe I should declare Knight instead.
Because that forces me that my next turn is the last turn. But if you look at what cards I've got in hand, my next turn is probably going to be my last turn anyway. So I think you're right to take a turn.
Okay, you do?
I think so.
Yeah, fine. Well, I'll do that.
You're right to take a turn.
The thing is, well, I suppose I could just... Well, the thing is, I mean, like, my main action is ending the game, which is kind of sucks,
so
but...
Your choices here are spend 2 movement to explore, which ends the game, and based on the current fame, you would lose, or just do nothing. And we go into the next day. Because you are in the position where you're going to control the end of the game because of the situation with the map.
Yeah, I don't want to end it yet, so
no,
exactly. I mean, I just...
So don't do it. Which means I get to explain a rule, which I very rarely get to explain.
Okay.
On your turn, you must play at least 1 card. If you don't, you have to discard a card.
Right, okay.
You cannot literally do... It doesn't matter, but what I'm saying is when you're playing the game properly, you can't just say, I'm going to stand here, do nothing, and not do any cards. You have to get rid of 1 card. Right, my go. Now, my Book of Wisdom, unfortunately, is not going to do me any good whatsoever because I have a blue card in hand and I've got loads and loads of attack, so I could burn the monastery down, but if I did, I wouldn't be able to use my units. So I think, unfortunately, due to a combination of what's out there, is I can't actually do anything, so we're done. That's it. Right.
Shuffle, shuffle.
Shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. It is daytime again. We don't have long left now. It almost ended in the night. Right, so these cards go. These shuffle down and we get a new spell and a new advanced action. We also get 2 new advanced actions there.
And do we swap out the...
We get rid of the unit offer completely and we draw 4 more. Now remember, because this is the tutorial, we're only using the regular units. In the full game, we would have now had the elite units because a core tile has been revealed. As soon as a core tile has been revealed, you then alternate elite units and regular units. So we would have different units. Because it's daytime, these ruins are now revealed. So that is, if you want to, you can go there, fight 2 orcs, and if you do, you get 1 of each crystal. This is the most powerful one. If you go there, you fight a ground monster and a dragon, and you get 2 artifacts.
Ah, well, I mean, that's pretty hardcore, isn't it, though, still?
And because it's daytime, these guys have woken up.
Uh-huh.
So because you're next to them,
I can see who
you
they
now
are.
see who they are. It's the ice mages.
Oh! I've got ice block not...
Yeah. Now, the good thing is with these, they are resistant to ice. They are not resistant to physical. So if you hit them with 6 points of physical
We
attack,
haven't decided what we're doing in terms of...
you kill them. No, you get your cards first.
Okay.
You get your cards before you choose tactics. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
It says, Paul, you should heal.
I should heal, because that's going to cost me points at the end of the game. I will try. Okay, daytime tactics. You're first. Which one would you like?
At what point do we roll the mana dice?
Gold, white, white, red.
That'll work for me.
So close.
That'll work for me.
Will it?
Yeah, it will, because I can use the mana
power it
draw.
up, change one of them, get 2.
Yeah.
Boom.
Bomb.
There you go. Nice.
Nicely done. Rethink would be good for you, I guess. Possibly. When you get the wounds out.
I want to heal them.
Yeah, this is definitely a bit... I mean...
We're not near each other.
No.
So what I do on my first turn is not going to influence what you do on your first turn. So take the best one for you.
Oh, hold on. Yeah.
Rethink is great.
Yeah, it's pretty
Great
good.
start is great. Draw 2 cards. It's just, yeah. Because you're going to need 3 movement points to get on there, plus...
I think I'll take Rethink.
So you do that immediately. It's when you take this tactic, basically mulligan for 3 cards. But you don't want to do that, do you? I don't know.
I think I'm all right with it. Because
your first turn is going to be the altar, isn't it?
Yeah. So as long as I keep that one,
that should be recovered now.
Okay. As long as I keep that one, then that will be fine, I think.
Okay. So which one of these do I?
So I need to draw 3.
Well, you put those aside, draw 3 new ones, and then shuffle those back in.
Okay.
I'm going to take... I'll tell you what, it's so tempting. Oh, we need 2 advanced actions here.
Advanced actions.
Yeah. Things that can be learnt at the monastery.
Some icy things.
We did shuffle these down. Can I beat a dragon? Tell you what, I might be able to. Oh, that would be... it would be crazy if I could. But I don't know if I can. Yeah, not quite. Okay. I'm going to take Great Start. So you're going before me.
Cool.
And I get 2 new cards. Done. Right, off we go then. Jonathan's got to disappear. Thank you very much, Jonathan, for joining us. Right, you are up. Now, we're not going to play out the entire day. It is once the city is found, each player, including the one who revealed the city, plays 1 more turn, and then the game is finished. So, yeah, and then we tot up the scores. We assign achievements. So you doing the altar as your first action?
Yeah, I think so. So I would need to take this.
Yeah. Now, if you wanted to, you could use the gold.
To do this?
Yeah. To deny the gold to me.
Oh, I see what you mean, yeah.
There are some people who play with a friendly rule that say you can't do that, but... Yeah. The friendly rule is, if the mana that you want is in the source, you cannot use the gold. But that's the unofficial rule, and we're not playing with that. So if you wanted to use the gold, you're more than welcome. But you might want the gold yourself for another turn.
Well, I mean...
Or you could just take the gold out with that. to deny it to me.
Hold on. I've completely forgotten. Am I just at liberty to use as many of the mana as I want?
No,
no.
you can only ever use one.
Okay.
But that allows you to take a mana die from the source and set it to any colour. What I'm saying is, you probably want to get rid of the gold because it's a competitive game.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I can do that and just get that.
Yeah. Oh, put the cards that you play up at the top.
Yeah, sorry.
So it's clear.
I'm doing it
So you set that to green. You get 2 green mana.
And then I can just...
And you spend 2 green mana plus the crystal at the altar to get 7 fame. Yep.
Okay. You said 2 green mana plus the crystal.
Yeah, plus the green crystal.
Oh, because they're mana tokens.
They're mana, not 2 mana
okay.
tokens plus a crystal to get 7 fame.
Okay.
Which
gets me up to 20.
Level up.
No, not quite.
So close. So close.
And
you're done. So that goes back as green.
Yeah.
But that gets re-rolled.
But I don't think that...
Was there anything else you wanted to do?
Oh, because that's my action.
That's an action, yeah.
Right, so I guess I've got the option of moving, but only if I can actually move.
No, because the movement would have had to happen before your action.
Okay, so you can't do an action then move?
No.
Oh, right. I had misunderstood you. In which case, I mean, that's fine. So I just re-roll this.
Just re-roll that. It's white.
Again.
Okay, right.
And that goes in my discard pile. Well, yeah. I mean, I think that's a good thing to have done, even if it wasn't quite what I expected.
Jake is in the chat. He's just picked up Mage Knight. It's really good. 10 years on, people are still discovering the game. People are still finding it. I've been playing it for 10 years. It's fantastic. And Loki's trying to get up on... Is he going to get up there? The scratching noise is Loki trying to climb up the radiator. Right, my go.
Oh, these should be turned back over.
They should turn over, yeah. I was contemplating...
Yeah, I could get green from that as well.
You can get green from there. I was contemplating
Get that one.
burning the monastery down. But I don't think I am, because I can't use these units, and these units are awesome. I have fighting units. So my other option is going for these ruins here. And a monster plus a dragon, I think, is a bit silly. I don't really think I'm at the stage of being able to kill that, to be honest. But it would be fun if I could. Considering I've got no attack cards in hand. Well, no, I have that. And that would be great. Yeah, that would be great. And then I could do lots of block, and I might be able to kill something. Oh, I think based on the current fame values, I think I would be silly to try and take on a dragon at this stage. So I think movement points for a forest in the day is 3. So I'm going to play Concentrate with the green. No. Think about this, Paul. Mana pool with the white. I take 2 mana die from the source and set them to any colour except gold, and then I gain mana tokens of each of these colours. I don't know what I want. I need 5 movement. I think I am playing this artifact sideways for 1 movement. I am actually going to do it. What a waste of a Book of Wisdom. It is such a waste. I can't do that. I can't do that. It's morally wrong to do that. So let's just have a think about this. If I do that, that'll be 4. That'll be 5. I've still got a blue. I move on to there. I have a fight, and we kill 2 orcs. Yeah, I'm going to do it. So mana pull with white, taking the white. No, taking the. I'll take the green and the red. I will set them to blue and green. So I take a blue and a green. Is that green?
No, it's back to me.
Take a blue and a green. Then I use the... So they're going to go back as they are. I then use the blue for move 4, plus another stamina for move 2. So that's move 6. So that moves me onto the ruins. Okay. And then as my action, I enter the ruins. So I still have a green left. And I'm going to enter the ruins. So I'm fighting 2 monsters. Now, we haven't had a fight with more than 1 monster at a time yet. There's a whole set of special rules for this. That shouldn't be in there. That was from the expansion. Right, nice simple one and a summoner. So, the rules for attacking multiple things are, I have a choice. I can either attack them separately, which means I would need attack 3 separately to attack 4, or I could group them together and hit them both with attack 7. In this case, I can group them together and there's no disadvantage. But if one of them had resistance, if I grouped them together, the other one gets that resistance. So in this case, you'd probably want to separate them. But I haven't. That's what we've got. And off we go, because I have this green and I have my Savage Monks. And my Savage Monks are siege attack 4. So that's totally going to kill them before they even get in.
They are Savage Monks.
They are very, very savage. And unfortunately, I'm 1 ranged attack short of a picnic to kill that one. Otherwise, that one would have gone as well. Yeah. But it's all fine. It's all good. So I'm going to use the green mana on the Savage Monks to do siege attack 4 and kill that. Done. Gone. Then, this is going to hit me for 4, which I'm going to take. No. I'm going to wound the Savage Monks. Because the Savage Monks have 4, which means that is all soaked up. Okay? And then my Utum Crossbowmen are going to do attack 3 and kill that. So done. So I get 6 fame. Now, although they were orcs, they were not rampaging orcs. So I do not get the reputation for killing them. It's only the rampaging ones that you do. So I get 6, putting me up to 27, which is another ding. So I'm level 5. Those dice go back. That dice goes back. It's white. That disappears. Those disappear. That disappears. And the reward for the ruins is 1 of each crystal. So blue, green, white, red in there. Oh, and we should have marked that ruins with 1 of your shields to say you did it. And I did that one. Right. Do I want to discard any cards? No, I do not. Except my hand size is now 6. So, I now have 6 cards. Your go. Whew.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm happy with that. It's pretty much used all of that, but...
I think I'm going to move 4 into... to attack.
You're going to go for it?
Yeah, I'm going to attack the...
We are going to see spells. So, you move in, you lose 1 reputation, because these are nice, friendly people living in the keep. And now... you have to fight them. So, because they're fortified, you can only use siege attack,
which I don't have.
Range. So they're hitting you. It's 5 points of ice attack.
Oh, but if I don't have
fire block,
it's
I've halved. Got everything other than fire block is inefficient. It's fine. This is 2 damage. It's not bad.
Okay.
Not bad at all.
So what, can I just block it with... Oh no, well I've just used my foresters to move in.
Oh, you use that and that to move in?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So, yeah, it's 5 points. If you don't block it, it's 5 points of damage. You could put 4 of it on that, which would wound that, and then 1 would go to you, which would wound you. Or you could just take 2 wounds yourself.
I see. I think I'm happy to take a wound on the foresters and 1 for me.
Yep.
So I'll do that.
So 1 on the foresters, which gets rid of 4 of the damage, and then because there's 1 damage left, it goes on you.
Yeah.
So that goes into your hand. And now you need to do 6 points of non-ice damage to it.
Yeah. Which, I mean...
Got a variety of different ways of doing it.
Yep. I guess... I don't actually have... There's no red mana around, so...
You could play that to get a red token.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Which you could then use. It's whether it's worth it.
Yeah, I think I will. So
that playing that gets you a red token, which you put on there for attack 4. Plus that is 6.
And that's done.
And it's resistant to ice, but it's not resistant to physical. So you've done it.
Yeah.
That was a good one for you, that.
Yeah.
So that's still in your hand.
Yeah.
You've not played that, but you have played everything else. You get 5 fame, which is a ding level up for you. We mark the Mage Tower as yours. Now, the difference here, I defeated this keep. This is my keep. You can't go in there without fighting it, and only I can go in there and I can recruit. Mage Towers are different. What you've done is you've liberated the Mage Tower. So although we mark it with your shield, because it's you that did it, anybody can go in there. Okay? It's not yours as such. But you get a reward. So the reward for defeating an enemy in the keep, as well as the fame, is you get a spell. Take any one of the spells and put it on top of your deck. And this is a card we've not seen yet. But forget the bottom bit because it's daytime. So you're only interested in the top bit.
Okay, I've got Wings of the Wind.
Mm-hmm. Lots of movement.
Tremor. Target enemy gets armor -3. All enemies get armor -2. And Restoration. Heal 3. If you're in a forest, heal 5 instead.
That would allow you to heal your wound and heal the foresters.
I think Winds of the Wind sounds quite
Okay.
good. This
So
goes
into
here.
your deck. We replenish it with a new card from the spell offer. Yay, we've seen spells.
Okay. And then these, I think then that's it.
Yeah. So they all go. That goes. And you draw back up to your hand size. Did you level up?
Yeah, I leveled up.
So it's one of those, isn't it?
So I now have a hand size of 6.
Yep. Yeah, nice. We're both level 5. Right. Now, I'm now starting to think you might be ahead of me on points now because you've got some cool stuff. And I'm starting to think that I might want to try and take on that dragon. Because if I was to use my Book of Wisdom to throw away this and get that...
Am I doing the right thing with this wound here?
It takes up a space in your hand.
Yeah.
We might be able to do this. That would be ranged fire attack 5. I'm too short. If I had 2 more, I could kill that dragon at range.
Oh well.
What have they said?
I could have done that a bit differently by using the mana, but I think I'm all right with it.
Did you not use a mana from the source? I don't think you did you?
No.
Yeah, well.
I think it's fine.
Right, I'm gonna do it. So I'm using the Book of Wisdom. I'm throwing away Threaten, and I am taking Firebolt to my hand. So could we have another advanced action, please?
Ah, some good looking stuff
Yeah,
there.
I use my Book of Wisdom.
We're out of advanced actions here, Paul.
Yeah, it's fine. We probably won't need any more. Now, what do I want to do? I want to move. Don't really have the cards to move. Is 4 to move into the wasteland? Yeah, 4 to move into the wasteland. Oh, this is a bit rubbish. Do we trigger the end of the game so that you only have one more turn? Also, I only have one more turn, and actually, this is not particularly great. Yeah, this particular setup here is not great. I don't know how many wounds I've got in my deck. There's no point me healing them because they're spent. I could do with recruiting again. Are we seriously going to go back to the monastery again and recruit again? Oh gosh, I don't know what I'm doing. I do not know what I'm doing. I think in for a penny, in for a pound. I think I need to now just not move, and I am going to do an option which none of us have done yet. I'm going to voluntarily discard 2 cards at the end of my turn, because I then have more chance of drawing the cards I want. Did I get it? Did I get it? No. Right, your go.
How do you get to see what's in a keep?
In daytime, you stand next to it.
So you don't...
And you have a look, climb up on a nearby hill and have a look inside. Yeah, draw 2 cards with green. That's what I'm planning to do next turn. Is draw 2 cards with the Tranquility and hope I get the Swift Bolt, and then that dragon is dead.
I mean, I haven't got much fighting, is the downside of my plan.
Mm-hmm. But you could just spend this turn moving towards it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I could very easily get there
Mm-hmm.
because of the wings of wind. Which is not, I guess I could go and stand next to it. And
So Wings of Wind, you spend 1 to 5 movement points, and then basically move 1 space for each movement point. Yeah. So you just go wherever you want.
And I could. Some tough things in the whatever that's called again.
The keep or the ruins.
This thing.
Yeah, it's one of these.
A dragon.
It's a dragon. Down the tomb, it's a dragon. Yep.
We've already got a dragon, which is what?
It's the ice dragon.
You need to block 6 or
be paralysed.
Or be paralysed.
Yeah, 6 fire block or be paralysed.
Yeah, we don't have that.
No.
So, and that, I guess that's typical of what dragons might do.
Yeah, there are fire dragons, there's an ice dragon, there's a swamp dragon, and there's a high dragon. So the first time you play it, it might seem like it's a bit unknown, but once you know the game and you know exactly what type of enemies are in the game, and that's why they've done the cheat sheet.
So if I were to play this, I don't have to play like another move card.
You do.
You do.
When you play that, you spend
so I'd have to improvise
up to 5
basically,
movement points.
which then gets a bit expensive, but it would get me there. I wouldn't be in a place to attack, but then I would, have the opportunity to get some more cards.
Mm-hmm.
I could also heal. I might do that. So
So improvisation with threaten for move 3. And then Wings of Wind to spend those 3 movement points to move. Where do you want to move?
I guess. Well,
here.
Yeah, actually only 2. I mean,
Okay.
it's almost a bit of a waste, but I mean, getting across the wasteland is tricky otherwise. And then rejuvenate to get rid of this.
Before you do,
we'll
have a look at the keep. So it's some crossbowmen.
Okay.
And then, heal 1 to get rid of that.
And then I'll also do that on...
To heal them.
Yeah. Presumably these ones count against me as well.
Sort of.
Right.
It means that would be worth half its level instead of its level. So.
Okay, that seems like plenty of things. Do I re-roll this now?
You do, yeah. Blue. Right, okay, so what was I thinking of doing? Yeah, I was thinking of doing that, but I think I'm going to do something different. I think I'm going to play March with the green mana to move 4 through the wasteland to here. And say hello to Mr. Dragon. And maybe that's it. Just literally move there. I think maybe that's it. Yeah, I'm just going to move there. That's it. Done. Very quick turn. White. Draw a card. Come on. Yes. Got it.
So what's the deal with the...
Yeah, sorry, there was something I forgot to mention.
What's that?
The chat has just reminded me. And if you wanted to undo your last turn, I will let you do it. When you're in a mage tower, you can buy a spell.
Right, okay.
It costs 6 influence.
Oh, right.
No, sorry, 7 influence. It costs 7 influence and a colour and a mana equal to the colour of the spell that you wanted to buy.
Okay, well,
Would you have done that?
I don't really know. I think I'm perfectly... Okay. I don't really... Okay. I don't care enough to unwind it all.
Okay, but yeah, that's my fault for not telling you about that option.
Yeah, I don't really care enough. So anything special going on here?
It's got swiftness, so if you wanted to block it, it would be 8 block. If you wanted to block it.
Okay.
Or you could just take the wound on them.
And it's just 1 wound, is it?
Well, on them it would be 1 wound. On you it would be 2.
Yeah, well, I guess I'll just take the wound on them then.
So you need, if you're going to assault the keep, you need 4 movement points to move on to there.
Yeah, I mean, very easily. But then I would need 4 attack. Is that right?
Yes.
So
as long as you've got the 4 attack.
I need red. Ugh. Oh, well, that's really annoying.
You could just to get the green crystal to make it move 4.
But I mean, I can move on to it. Oh, and then I can. Yeah, okay. I'll do 2 damage with. Yeah, that's fine then. So I've got a white token and a green crystal. So that will move me 4.
So you lose a reputation for assaulting the keep. And then if you can't do 4 points of siege,
no,
they're going to hit you for 4 damage.
Which I'll put on the foresters.
Which is 1 wound on the foresters. And then you need 4 points of attack on them.
So that 2 with that, and then unfortunately, well, I guess I'll just do 2.
So you get 3 fame.
1, 2, 3.
You have conquered that keep. No immediate benefit, but long-term benefit.
Is there something about?
Yep, the guardsman can be recruited, and the crossbowman, and
but that's an action.
That's an action to
so it would have to be
next turn. You can use your noble manners for that.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. That all goes. The mana token goes And your hand size is treated as 1 higher.
Because I'm in the keeps.
Because you're in or adjacent to your keep.
Okay.
Yeah. Paul had to go. Thank you, Paul, for joining in. God, this is running its distance, hasn't it? We're both hanging off, holding off.
Yeah, we want to see how far we can take it.
Well, I managed to get my Swift Bolt, so I think basically I'm going to provoke this dragon. I think I'm just going to stand there and provoke the dragon and say, come on then, if you think you're tough enough. I think I've done it. I think I've actually killed the dragon with ranged combat because
nice.
I've got concentration powered by green. Okay. And with that, I'm playing this, which is range attack 5. Sorry, it's ranged fire attack 5.
Nice.
Then I use the white mana for ranged attack 4, which is inefficient because it's
enough.
So that's 2, so that's 7.
And it's dead.
It's dead.
Before it even gets
Kill
a chance.
the dragon with ranged combat. Thank you very much. Now that's a rampaging enemy. That gets me 2 reputation.
Oh.
And 8 fame. So it goes up to 35, which is a ding. It is a level up. And these cards are still in my hand. So, yeah. Yeah, that I made it look easy. I had the perfect combination of cards. I don't think I could have done that with any other cards. But these moments happen in a game of Mage Knight. So, which skill do I want? I don't really know. Neither of these are actually that good for me, unfortunately. But it's getting close to the end of the game. So I think I'll just take that one. That one goes there. And I'll take Blood Ritual because it's in theme with my character. And then I draw 3 cards. You'll go.
Okay, so who can I recruit?
That's the icon you're looking for.
Is this the only points that you would get from them, the greatest leader thing? So you and I would effectively tie, I guess.
At the moment, I'm getting 2 points for this and 1 for this.
Right, okay.
And then I would get greatest leader. You're currently getting no points for that.
So, okay, yeah, but I could get a point.
If you can recruit 2 things, great. Just put everything you can into...
Yeah, I could do. Could give it a go.
Yeah, you could. You could pure magic with white for 7 influence. Or you could just do noble manners. That's only 4. Yeah. You've got... Oh, no, you didn't take that. Yeah.
So you have to play a blue...
If you just play the card with white, it's influence 4. If you play it with blue and white, it's influence 7.
And can you spend the influence on more than one?
Yeah, you generate influence and then you spend it however you want.
So we've got
if you're able to generate 11 influence, that's 2 things.
These 3 are the ones that I can recruit.
Yeah.
I can get influence 9. That's not quite enough. I mean, I could do some silly sideways stuff. That would probably do it. So if I do that one with a white and a blue,
that's 7 influence.
That would get me up to 9. And then maybe those 2.
Yeah, 10, 11. Recruit 2 units.
So...
And you get a fame +1.
Yeah.
So there you go. Now that's yours, isn't it?
Yeah, I haven't spent those yet. Sorry for being confusing.
There you go. 2 new units.
Oh,
What?
yeah. That's fine.
No, that's right.
Yeah, but I can't move because I've just done my action.
No, but that's fine because you've now taken over from the greatest leader.
And I'll re-roll that one.
Okay, so at this point, with there being no green in the source, I am going to play Crystallize using a blue to take a green crystal. Then I'm going to play Swiftness. No, I'm not. I'm going to play Song of Wind for move 2, and I'm going to explore. Oh, look, it's a city. Surprise, surprise.
You explored.
So
there
again,
you go.
fame for exploring.
Yeah.
We have an orc. We have another orc. We have a village. We have the green city, and we have a magical glade. Now, in the full game, that city will be filled with enemies, and the objective is to defeat all of the cities. That's a whole extra game in defeating the cities. But we've found the city. That's the goal of this scenario. I finish this turn. You get a turn, then I get a turn. And then that's it. So, what have I got left? Do I want to challenge that orc? Or do I not want to challenge that orc? I mean, I need 4 block, which I can get. No, I think I'm gonna. I think I'm good. I'm just gonna stay there. I'll end my turn. I'm going to discard that. Discard those 2 and draw 3 cards. You'll go. So it's this is your last turn. There you go.
So, I don't think. Oh, hold on. No.
Yes, my shuffling should have had that on the top of the. Yeah.
I don't think I can actually do anything because all I've got left is movement, and I can't get as far enough to do anything.
Yeah, the edge of the world map for first recon, I think is okay. I think that is okay.
What does that mean?
Normally, in a wedge map, you cannot have core tiles on the edge of the map.
Oh, right.
Okay.
Anyway, I think I'm done because.
Yeah, I mean, if I got that wrong, apologies. I would have just gone there and explored instead. It wouldn't have made that much difference. But I will check it because I do want to. I didn't think that applied to first reconnaissance. Revealing core tiles.
Yeah, I suppose it does make a difference.
If you reveal the tile of the city. Yeah, I don't think it applies to first reconnaissance, but it does apply to normal games. Because with first reconnaissance, you don't need to read the rule book, and the rule book is where that rule is.
Right.
So I think we're okay. I think we are all okay. Did you manage to do anything?
No, I can't do anything.
Okay, right. So I've got one more turn if I want to do something, and it's basically I'm going to use that to heal a wound. So I play that card to heal that wound. That's that gone. Since I'm now not getting the greatest leader, I'm considering attacking that. Because I can kill it, but it would be how many wounds? Ooh, it would be 4, but it's brutal. So it'd be 8 damage. So that would be 1 wound on that and 2 wounds for me. Give me that wound back a minute. I'll just keep that. I think it's probably worth it. I think it is. It's whether I can block it. Have I got red? I do have red. So it'd be that and that to block it. And then it'd be... What do I need? I need 6 attack. Oh, I've got this. Keep forgetting I've got that. Yeah, okay. So I'm going to stay where I am. Oh, no, hang on. Hang on. Yeah, I can't quite get to the hills. Although I have this. I have a new skill that I've forgotten what it does. So I'm just going to read my skill. It is, once per turn, discard a wound card to gain a red or black mana token, or discard a non-wound card to gain a white or green mana token. You must spend a mana token gained this way immediately, or you cannot use the ability. So I could discard that wound to gain a red mana token. Is that going to help me? I don't think it is. There. Yeah, it's a shame. Okay, so here's what we're doing. We are staying where I am. We're challenging the orc. I need 4 block, so I'm going to play improvisation. Discarding agility. I think. For 3 block. And no, it's going to be a crystal. That's 5 block, so I blocked it. I've then got to hit it. I've got 2 points of fire attack and 2 points of normal attack. So that's killed it. So I get 4 fame. 1, 2, 3, 4. I gain 1 reputation. And then I do play heal 1 to heal that wound. And that is it. We are done. Right. Whew. So we now do final scoring. So basically we get points for all of the stuff that we've done, and we've then got achievements. So let's go through them. The first one is the greatest knowledge. So each player gets 2 fame for every spell.
Whoop.
So you've got a
spell.
Yeah. And 1 fame for every advanced action.
Wow.
Now you can tell the advanced actions because they look like actions, but they don't have your icon in the top right.
Right.
And they're not artifacts or spells. I've got 5 because I was using my Book of Wisdom.
I have 2 and a spell.
So you got your 2 fame for that, and you get 2 other fame for that.
2 fame for these.
One each.
Yeah. And you've got...
I've got 5.
5 fame.
Yeah. Okay. And then whoever got the most fame this way gets 3 points.
3 fame.
That's the achievement. Yeah. Right. Next, the greatest leader. Fame equal to the total level of all of your units. Wounded units are half rounded down. So you get 4. I get 3. But then you get an extra 3 because you're the greatest leader. So you get 7 and I get 3.
2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Okay, the greatest adventurer. 2 fame for every shield token on an adventure site.
I think that's it. Only
So
you, is it? Oh.
That's an adventure site.
Oh, I got 1.
And that's an adventure site. That's an adventure site.
Oh, right.
And that's an adventure site. So at the moment, it's 4 each.
Okay.
4 each. And then we get an extra 1 each because we're tied. Okay, the greatest loot. 2 fame for every artifact in your deck and 1 fame for every 2 crystals. So I get 4 fame because I have 1 artifact and 4 crystals. Plus 3 for having the most.
763.
The greatest conqueror is for monasteries, keeps and mage towers. So I've got 1 keep, so that's 2. You have 1 keep and 1 mage tower, so that's 4 plus 3. So you get 7. Because you've got a keep here and a mage tower there.
7, you say?
Yeah, because you get 2 each, and then you got the greatest. And then finally, the greatest beating. 2 points for every wound in your deck. Oh, I just got rid of them all. Did you have any?
No.
Right. Otherwise, that would have been 2 points plus minus 2 points, and then another minus 3. And that's it. So that is the end of the first scenario. I have the advantage of having played it for the last 10 years.
Ever since before it was a real game.
Before it was even out. What do you think?
Yeah, it's cool.
It's involved.
Yeah, I like all the different ways of pairing everything together, and there's a definite learning curve.
There's a huge learning curve. Yeah,
but I think once you start to learn a couple of combos, you probably are doing okay.
Yeah.
I think. So,
I mean, you worked out a couple of things yourself about how you put things together, but that's what I feel when I'm playing this game, is the sense of achievement when you manage to go, oh, wait a minute, if I play concentration with the firebolt and then I do swift bolt, wait a minute, have I just killed an ice dragon in ranged combat before it even hit me? And sometimes you get those things together, and it requires a little bit of luck with getting the right cards at the right time and things coming out on the board, because if that had been the high dragon, no chance. Right? Absolutely no chance. But every game you play has those moments where you're able to just work things out. And one thing that you didn't see in this game, which will come with time and experience, is although you are drawing cards from your deck, you know what cards are in your deck. So the whole right now I need influence. I don't have influence, so I'll just loiter around a bit. I'll get rid of these cards. Those influence cards will come out. It isn't like a game where the cards you're getting is random and you're shuffling them all. You know what cards are in your deck, and they will come out at some point over the round. Now, of course, you can get unlucky and you might need your influence early on and they might be at your bottom of your deck, but you gotta play that.
I mean, I can see why this works very well as an intro, in that it's important. I can tell now that it's important to understand the sequence of play in terms of when you need to have what. I mean,
the last time I played the full game, the two starting tiles were like, I think this one or something like that, and this one or this one. It was crazy. The two starting tiles I had were two really difficult tiles right from the start, and straight away you're like, oh no, what are we going to do? And the ruins was some like crazy, insane, powerful one. And yeah, even though it doesn't look like you've got much terrain tiles, and even though they always come out in a fixed way, every time you play, it's different. So you can get blocks of mountains or lakes together, and it really changes.
So these are... there must be more terrain tiles.
There's a few more. There are 3 more terrain tiles in the base game. In a 2-player game, you use tiles 1 to 8 in the tutorial. There are 11 in total.
Okay.
And then in the expansion, there's a few extra ones with some extra terrain types and stuff like that. But the full conquest is played over 6 rounds, and the objective is that you've got to defeat the cities. And we didn't get to that point today, but the cities are little miniatures, and within each city is a few enemies, and also the city has a special ability. But the whole game, this is just like training. The whole main game is about building yourself up so that you are ready to take on the cities near the end of the game. You level up your character, you get your units, you get your artifacts, you get your spells, and the whole game is about preparing for fighting those cities at the end of the game. And if you push forward too quickly and skip places and don't level up, you will get to the cities and you won't be ready for it. So you've got to... But also, if you loiter around too much, you won't get to the cities in time and everything else. Yeah, it's good. Spirit Island is much more rewarding even when you lose. Personally, I mean, I love Spirit Island. Spirit Island is one of my favourite games, but I find this more rewarding because of the multi-card puzzles that you need to play in this. But yeah, Spirit Island has a similar puzzle aspect to it. Anyway, we are done. So before we wrap things up, just a few things before we go. Thank you very much to everybody for watching. If you are watching this afterwards, if you're not watching this live, but if you're watching this afterwards, please leave me a comment. Let me know if you enjoyed it. Thank you very much to all of my Patreon supporters that fund the channel. If you do like the content that I create, I do rely on the support of my Patreon campaign to fund the channel. The link is in the bottom right, patreon.com/gaming rules. This was not a sponsored video, so we've done this kind of on our own time. Powerplant Games have given me some playmats for me to give away to Patreon supporters. So if you are a Patreon supporter of mine and you are watching this, you could win some of these playmats. Just check your emails, because I did send you an email yesterday. I did send all the Patreon supporters an email yesterday. So yeah, if you are a Patreon supporter, you could be in with a chance of winning some playmats. Just let me know if you didn't get the message. Other than that, we are going to wrap things up. What time is it?
1:45.
Seriously?
Yeah.
I thought we'd be 2 hours.
Yeah, there's a lot of thinking.
There's a lot of thinking. Yeah, I thought we'd be 2 hours. I didn't realise we'd be that long. We are wrapping things up now, but in 14 minutes' time, it's my birthday. So, yeah.
And there's going to be cake downstairs.
And there's a Jaffa cake downstairs. There's 51 Jaffa cakes downstairs waiting for me. I don't know why, because I'm only 27, but Vicky's got me 51 Jaffa cakes for some reason. But yeah, thank you very much for everybody for watching tonight. And we will be back next week with some more playthroughs. But for now, take care. Thanks for watching. Cheers, Andy. Bye. Gaming Rules is proudly sponsored by Game Toppers, upgrading your gaming experience. Visit GameToppersLLC.com.